In the NFL, speaking on the Pat McAfee Show for the first time since the Steelers season ended, Aaron Rodgers said that he has made no decision about his future despite his feelings about new head coach Mike McCarthy.
Mike's one of the great guys in the league. Just an absolutely exceptional human being with a huge heart. We had a lot of great years together, a lot of fun. I love my time with Mike over the years. Obviously, there were some times. It's like a big brother where you sometimes you love him, sometimes you pissed at him, but deep down there's so much love for Mike and appreciation for the time we spent together.
The Kansas City Chiefs are trading all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 4 draft picks, including a first-rounder. The AFC champion New England Patriots are releasing 4-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stephon Diggs. And former Notre Dame head coach Lou Holtz passed away at the age of 89. I'm Monty Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Dack, ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83, and now
we'll do it live
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's right. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Keith Washington.
Keith McPherson. And yes, we are indeed the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. And what a show we have for you. And don't forget, you'll need our telephone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. Write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, that's 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means just one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we have to say, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
And with all that said, Keith, always remember...
Sweetie Petey, yeah.
Let's go, big show, my man. Kelvin Washington's off for the next couple of days. And let us welcome in my co-host for the next couple of days, Keith McPherson from WFAN in New York, joining us here on The Odd Couple. What's happening, Keith? How are you?
Yeah, I am blessed and highly favored. Happy to be here. Rob, you the man. Let's get it tonight.
We got a lot to get to. And just for people who don't know you, obviously you work in New York for the last 4 or 5 years. But just tell people a little something about you before we get started and get rolling on this show. A lot to get to.
Man, it's me, KM. You might know me from nighttime at WFAN, KM to AM, the motion from Ocean, Mr. Stay Ready so you ain't got to get ready. I'm just a sports fan, and I'm a guy that just chases dreams in the big city of dreams, and I caught a couple. I'm catching one right now, man. I'm happy to be here, happy to connect with the new audience and fill in for Kelvin Washington. Shout out to K-Dub, KM stepping in for K-Dub, and, Rob is the man. All I heard all week was from people in the industry, Rob, like, I've known Rob forever. He's the best. Tell Rob I said hello. Hope he's doing well.
That's what happens when you've been around for 40 years. But, man, I've heard you on the radio. I've been on your show before. I think you're a super talent. and I'm happy to have you on The Odd Couple. So we're going to have a
Appreciate
lot of fun. Let's welcome in The Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this radio show without them. Rob G is our producer.
Bud Mexican is.
Alex is our engineer.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
never heard of him.
Elijah
Never heard
is
of him.
our social media guru. So we got the full effect here on The Odd Couple on this Worship Wednesday. And I do want to say when cold weather sets in, every day aches and pains can linger, but Aleve got your back. That's right, with up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief this winter. That's right, try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. All right, hey, Keith, let's get started. Rob G, let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. We got news today. Spell it out.
That's right. Two teams headed in opposite directions, it seems like. The Kansas City Chiefs have done it again. They've gotten rid of yet another all-pro player, this time cornerback Trent McDuffie, sending him to Los Angeles to the Rams for a first-round pick this year, a fifth and a sixth this year, and a third-round pick next year, so the Rams can go all in around Rob's favorite quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Rams looking to make it to the Super Bowl run. Chiefs to be determined.
Keith, I don't know about you, but this is official. I thought it was official last year when the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs, but this is even more official. The Chiefs dynasty, rung, whatever you want to call it, is dead. Dead as a doorknob. Yet another all-pro player out the door. Chris Jones is going to be right behind that. And here's the thing. I get it. For years they thought, as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, you got a chance because you know what? He's that good. He's that guy. It don't matter who else you got. Bring in any receivers. Bring in any other defensive players. We don't care. We'll still get to the Super Bowl. We'll still cause terror in the AFC and have a chance to win a championship. Those days are over. Last year was the perfect example. People thought they were going to run it back because they went to the Super Bowl. They didn't even make the playoffs. And let's be honest, Patrick Mahomes is not the same guy. He hasn't been for 2.5 years. I don't care if they went to the Super Bowl. Look at it. He can't carry this roster. The Chiefs, I know they're moving to Kansas, but they've already moved on. This Chief party is over. Keith, I don't see how, where, what, Andy Reid, whatever they're doing, that they're going to be able to keep this going. This dynasty is history.
Oh, great. It's wraps, and I'm here to see it. I'm here for it. You love to see it, actually. I've had enough. Did you mention Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and that whole thing being done? We don't ever have to see that again on an NFL screen. And how long does Andy Reid have with this team, right? I know they're opening that stadium up in 2031. That's a long time from now. It seems like they're looking down the road. It seems like they're preparing for the back end of Mahomes' career. Everybody wanted to talk about Mahomes' rings and how he was going to chase down Brady. Well, I guess they're planning for him to take a little hiatus in the middle from going to Super Bowls and winning Super Bowls. And maybe they try to backload his career and build this team with these picks and get ready for them because they're cooked. Like, this team is done. You called it last year. I remember you texted me the link early when you were saying that they weren't making the playoffs. And I'm like, oh, if you look at Vegas, everybody's saying they're going to go on a run. And then you actually had me on your show Thanksgiving when it was Chiefs versus Cowboys, and I took the Chiefs. I bet on the Chiefs that night. And when they lost to Dallas that night, I'm like, they're finished. So, yeah, it's the end. Farewell. Happy trails. I mean, that's a wrap. And I don't know what they're going to do in these next couple years, but I'm not worried about it. Let somebody else get after it.
And here's the thing. I know they're going to say, well, Tom Brady went 9 seasons, in between Super Bowls. If you remember, right, the Patriots, people forget that. That's when the Giants put the beat down on those 2 years and Eli won those 2 Super Bowls. Patriots didn't win for like 9 years. Right. This ain't the same party. You just mentioned Andy Reid, who's a pork chop away from retiring. This is not the same where the Chiefs are going to cheat like the Patriots did in the second half of Tom Brady's career that helped them win more championships because they knew the other team's signals. I'm not buying it. I think this is, if you're a Chiefs fan, you got to look at this and say, Why are they not going to push all the chips in the middle of the table and say to yourself, you really want to waste Patrick Mahomes the next 5 or 6 years? Like, it's now or never. And if Travis Kelce's coming back, you think he's coming back now? I'm not positive. He might look at this and go, what are we doing here? But I'm not surprised, because I remember when Patrick Mahomes signed that bad team-friendly contract. You remember that? Oh, do what Tom Brady did. This will help you win long-term. And all they're doing is shedding Pro Bowl players who make money, who got to be paid. And they can't kick the can down the road anymore. And Patrick Mahomes ain't the same guy. It's over in Kansas City.
Yeah, and it's also their division too, right? The Denver Broncos emerged this year, and they're not going anywhere for a little while with their quarterback, defense, obviously the head coach. You also figure the Chargers, they were a playoff team this year. Quarterback, head coach, get that defense a little bit better. Who knows what the Raiders turn into now with Clint Kubiak, maybe Fernando Mendoza. We already mentioned Tom Brady once. Tom Brady wants that organization to start winning. So maybe the Chiefs are trying to get low. Maybe the Hunt family's like, hey, we had our run of parades, Super Bowls. We made our money. Let's chill for a little bit, open up our new place, and then we'll try to attack this thing for the, the twilight of Patrick Mahomes' career.
And here's the other thing, too. Look at the quarterbacks in the AFC. There's nothing but young quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Lamar's still trying to go to his Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. Right? You got the same thing. Josh Allen in Buffalo, another guy there. We just saw the Patriots with a young quarterback, right? Like
Drake May.
Trevor
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. We just talked about, who do we talk about with the Chargers? And all these young quarterbacks in the AFC. So it's not going to be a smooth ride. It's not going to be what we saw when he started. Out of the gate, he was unbelievable. My old partner, Chris Broussard, said he was Jordan-esque, and he was chasing Brady. Everybody thought he was going to chase down Brady. He didn't even pass Joe Montana. Joe Montana's 4-0 in the Super Bowl. How did Patrick Mahomes chase down Joe Montana? He didn't. And now they're ready to say, we're going to punt. We're going to get rid of players that you need to win and hope that Patrick Mahomes can do his magic. He just hasn't done his magic enough over the last few years for me to feel good about the Chiefs.
Hey, it's the NFL. What does that stand for? Not for long. As soon as you're ready to say somebody's a dynasty, they're going to run the table, this is the next Tom Brady, injury happens. Free agency happens. Like, I think they let go of Juwan Taylor. Isaiah Pacheco is going to hit free agent. Like, this team is going to look completely different. And they had their issues the last 2 years. Even the year that they got to the Super Bowl, I mean, they had so many last-minute comeback victories 2 years ago. They were almost fraudulent. I don't want to call them fraudulent.
They were fraudulent, and all of those lucky wins and people were hitting the upright with the field goals and people were fumbling.
It was fluky.
It was very fluky, and you looked at it and said, are they really that good, or are they lucky? Because I thought they were more lucky than good. And they haven't been that team that was dominant when when Patrick Mahomes took over. You remember throwing the ball, Tyreek Hill, downfield. They were scoring 40
they got to bring Tyreek back.
Points.
They got to get Tyreek back for this run.
Oh, so this is going to be old timers day. Now you want to go back and bring the band back together. I don't see it.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill be rehabbing together in Missouri somewhere. And then they're getting rid of Arrowhead. How do you get rid of one of the best home field advantages, one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL? Because you want to have suites and you want to be able to, have Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift come back in 5 years and show them how fancy you guys are. Whatever, yo. I'm sorry. I'm a hater. They won so much. I'm praying on their downfall. I'm not sad to see them in the situation that they're in right now.
All right, we want to hear from you, 877-99 on Fox. Is the Chiefs dynasty done? Is it a done deal? Over? Is Patrick Mahomes still capable of carrying a depleted roster to the promised land? We'll continue that conversation next with you, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. here on The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And, Keith, you know what you need to do? Ready, Alex? Tell them.
What's that?
Stick and stay.
For the next upcoming talent in the US of A. And I'm not talking about Rob Parker. He's on the way out.
Two NBA players that are historically played very hard are LeBron James and Steph Curry.
LeBron James.
They were supposed to square off on Saturday night on prime time on ABC. Problem is, Steph's still dealing with the knee injury. Lakers roll by 30. That's not the story. The story is that before that game, on Friday afternoon, Steve Kerr was on the radio in the Bay talking to a friend of ours, Mark Willard. Shout out to Mark Willard.
Shout out to Saw him at San Francisco. Did you guys see him?
That's right. I did see Mark Willard. He
Shout
used
out
to
to
be my
Mark.
old partner
He
when
worked
I
with
first
everybody
started
here.
here.
He
We love
literally
Mark.
had, like, I've done shows with him, Mark. Yes.
Legitimate friend of the show. So Kerr was on Willard's radio show, 98.7 The Game, and Willard asked Kerr, tell us, in your opinion, how you think the game has changed, or how these two specifically have changed the game of basketball in their 20 years or so in the NBA. Here's Kerr's response. Take a listen.
Steph has changed the game dramatically with the shooting. I mean, for all the reasons we know. I don't know that LeBron has changed the game as much as Steph, but he sort of took the mantle from, Kobe and Michael Jordan, that guy who is just head and shoulders above everybody athletically, but he's taken it to a new level with the versatility in his game. There's just never been a player like him.
You want to go? You want me to go?
Go ahead.
This is one of those. Steve Kerr is wrong. Steve Kerr is right. Here's what I mean. If we're talking just the actual X's and O's, I will absolutely say Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball. Have you seen a court? Any court? I coached my daughter's YMCA basketball a year or so ago, and what do I see? Little kids jacking up half-court shots. Everybody shooting three. Literally, as I just said that, two different games going on over here. Two different guys shooting threes. Steph Curry changed the game and got guys that take bad shots that they really shouldn't because, Steph along with analytics say 3 is better than 2 and I should shoot this and blah, blah, blah. So absolutely Steph Curry is changing in that regard. Where I will say LeBron changed it is more so on the court and off the court and larger things. I'll explain what I mean. LeBron brought in the player empowerment movement to, for better, for worse, whether you like it, you love it, LeBron started the I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to do this. Let's team up. People don't like it, but that's what happened. LeBron had changed the game in that he was become very, very vocal about things that a superstar at that point lately we started to have where they didn't say anything. And he's became very vocal. He was talking about a lot of social justice issues. In fact, having issues with our current president, the first administration, going back and forth. So LeBron became very vocal, and you started to see guys right up under him start to speak out, including Steph Curry, speaking out from time to time. So I believe LeBron in a larger scale changed things for the bigger player, the more independence for the player, the more beneficial things for the players in the league and as a whole. The actual gameplay, I do agree that Steph Curry is changing more because everybody can't walk around, Rob, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 240, 50, 60, best jumper, fastest dude in the league, strong, is top 5 strong dude in the league. That's a freak of nature. But what I can do is fire up some shots. What I can do is dribble, and then shoot. What I can do, come off some screens and shoot. And that was what Steph Curry enabled everybody to do. In college, as we watch, whenever TV has college on, high school, down to just pickup games. People are shooting shots that they never would have before. Those shots would have, if you play ball back in my day, you would have been on the bench. It's a bad shot. Absolutely, Steph Curry changed the game in that regard.
But he changed the game in a bad way. And people can talk about LeBron and player empowerment and some of the other stuff that he was involved in and whatnot that happened. He partly wrecked the All-Star game by not taking part in it and kind of downplaying it, and people followed his lead, and there's other stuff. But Steph Curry changed the game for the worst. Like, Steph Curry has a stain on the game, and I don't care, because part of what you talked about, he was taking ridiculous shots that shouldn't have been taken. Under most circumstances, coaches would have pulled guys out of games, just heaving up three-quarter shots, half-court shots, ridiculous shots in moments. And not only did those things be bad, other players who had no business taking those threes also decided.
That's what made it bad.
Right. But because he was making them. And if Steph Curry had missed some of those early on, they probably could have corralled him in and said, dude, what are you doing? Like Steph Curry, you can talk about all those big shots. That dipsy doodle behind the back pass in the
finals.
In the finals was like
threw the trophy out of bounds.
Am I right?
They made a meme, and instead of the ball, it was the trophy.
I mean, like that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever in a big game like that. He's doing up to Klay Thompson, right? That went out of bounds. But my point is, Mark Willard, I would have said, had Steve Kerr said that. But you mean in a negative way, in a bad way, he wrecked the NBA. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you might be watching us on our brand new YouTube channel. That's right. You can watch us, listen to us, simulcast. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't stop there. Keith, they could give us the New York Knicks thumbs up icon and comment away. Just check us out on YouTube and watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Lot to get to in this first hour of the program. I'm saying it. The Chiefs dynasty is all done. Shedding more players. Patrick Mahomes cannot, N-O-T, carry a depleted roster. Where are you? 877-99 on Fox. And let's start here with 6'8" Aquarius in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? How you doing, brother? I'm doing fine.
Doing well. What's up, my man?
Yes, sir. My thing is, I'm just trying to think, when Tom Brady won his first 3 championships and he had the injury the following year where he set out the full season, and the Pats, had to make personnel changes, to kind of get that dynasty back up and rolling. I'm just kind of wondering, do you guys think that the Chiefs have the cachet, the financial stability, and the know-how to go out and revamp a team around Patrick Mahomes like they did with the Patriots? And can Andy Reid stay the course as long as Belichick did to kind of fulfill that legacy?
Keith, where are you on that? I just don't. I don't think so. And Patrick's coming off, obviously, a big injury. You know, when you start looking at everything, Andy Reid's older. The band's not the same. Travis Kelce, either he plays one more year or not. Where are you on this? Can they do it?
I think they're about to fold. I don't see it. I maybe through the draft, and I think that they have drafted well through the years. They drafted Trent McDuffie, and he was all pro. I think they can build through the draft, and I'm very interested in seeing what they do this year in the draft, and that's going to signal a lot as far as like where they're headed. Like, does Jeremiah Love fall to them at 9? Now they've got 2 picks in the first round, 9 and 29. Like, I think they're going to try and do it through the draft and develop their own. And we'll see when Mahomes comes back. Like you mentioned a great point about Tom Brady taking the year off. I think that was the year Matt Castle got to rock. Like,
right.
Who's the option behind Mahomes? Is it Gardner Minshew? Chris Oludekun? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't rush Mahomes back, but he's a guy you can't make him sit down and sit still. When he's ready to go, he's going to want to come back.
He's going to come back, right.
Yeah.
There's no way Patrick Mahomes is taking a year off. I don't believe it under any circumstance. As soon as he had the surgery, he's talking about he's going to make it back in time for the season, right, at some point. I mean, I get it. I would rather that he's fully healthy, but I don't think he's that guy. Carson in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Carson? How are you?
I'm all right, Rob. Thanks for having me on. I love the show, but I can't take the Patrick Mahomes slander.
All right, push back. I'm willing for you to push back. We appreciate your support on the show.
Yes,
but Patrick ain't the same quarterback. Can you just admit that? Did you watch? Have you watched?
Of course I watch. And last I checked, he was in the Super Bowl a little bit over a year ago. So, I mean, last year they had a depleted roster, but he's been to the Super Bowl 4 times, 3-time champ, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time NFL MVP.
Yeah, but aren't they more depleted?
Their team is, but Patrick Mahomes is not.
You think he's the same quarterback when he burst onto the scene in the NFL?
Absolutely.
And coming off a knee injury, he's going to be better?
I think he's going to be the same guy. He's going to heal. He's going to come back better.
He's always running for his life. Now he's coming off a knee injury. He's going to be in the pocket. They got to get that line together. They got to get his weapons together. They got to get Rashee Rice together, Xavier Worthy together. Like, he's going to have to throw the ball.
Sure they do. But nobody in the NFL right now has a track record of doing more with less than Patrick Mahomes. And when he comes back this year, he's going to continue to do that for probably 5-7 more years, and he's going to get more Super Bowl rings and continue to dominate the league.
I think you're kidding. I understand you're a Mahomes guy and all
He's
that.
He's got a lot of fans out there.
Which is fine. But the idea, and thanks for the call, we appreciate that, Carson. The idea that Mahomes ain't done or Kansas City ain't done and they're going to just keep rolling, I just don't see it. The AFC's stockpile full of quarterbacks, guys who are eventually going to break through. We saw New England come out of nowhere. You can't tell me that Lamar or Josh Allen ain't at some point going to win. Let's go to Jax in Kansas City. Here we go with the homer take, but we'll take it anyway. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jax?
What's up, Rob? Appreciate you taking my call.
No doubt.
Hey, what's going on, Keith?
What's good?
So, of course, I called to tell you that you have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you go forward, I just want you to answer one question. Did I tell you last year that they wouldn't make the playoffs this Pat? Did I not? Did I
do that?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Okay.
You were right for one.
Okay.
You told me the whole year before they weren't going to make it and they went to the Super Bowl.
I never told you they weren't going to make the playoffs before, but go ahead. I want to hear your points. Go ahead.
All right. So my point is, first of all, this myth that they don't pay anybody is absolutely not true. They paid Pat when it was time to pay him. They paid Trey Smith. They paid Creed Humphrey. They paid Chris Jones. I mean,
you mean after he had the holdout?
They paid Karlaftis. They paid all of these guys, bro. And so, secondly, when you talk about what the trade that they just made with McDuffie, if we remember the trade that brought McDuffie here as a first-round pick was when they traded Tyreek Hill, and they turned around and went to 3 Super Bowls in a row and won 2 of them.
Yeah, but you're living in the past. Patrick's not the same guy, and the team is not the same. I hear you, and I understand you want to wallow in those Super Bowls, and you want to act like it just happened the other day. It ain't the same team. Did you remember the Super Bowl? Keith, they got mollywopped by the Eagles. It was embarrassing. They
he was seeing stars.
Right. It was so
I remember
bad.
him scrambling, hitting his head on the turf, and then he wasn't right the rest of the game.
Come on,
when
man.
He's under duress in the Super Bowl, it's wraps, and now he's got a bum knee. He's getting up there in age. It's not going to be as sweet as it was for that start of his career. I'm telling y'all, Father Time is undefeated. I just think it's going to be a little rough.
No doubt about it. All right, let's get you caught up here. And with Monty Bolaños at the anchor desk. Monty, say hello to Keith.
Hi, Keith. Welcome to the Odd Couple.
Thanks.
We're glad to have you, but I have to tell both of you one question.
Yes.
One question in regards to this whole situation with Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. What was the gap for Tom Brady when he won his first three-peat and then the next three?
Yeah, it was, I said, 9 years. I think it was 9 seasons,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Was it,
yeah, it was just under 10 years,
right,
but yes.
9 seasons.
Correct.
Yeah.
So why does it could be over right now, but to say that Patrick Mahomes could not bounce back after a couple of down years, which I feel like that's what you want. You want to just throw
down the road
Patrick Mahomes away, Rob?
No.
New stadium.
I just don't understand. I'm not sure that the Chiefs are going to cheat the way the Patriots did in their second half.
Stop it.
All right,
Stop
go
it.
ahead.
All right, guys. Well, the Chiefs trading all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 4 draft picks, including a first-rounder. The Patriots are releasing 4-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stephon Diggs. The Chargers release offensive lineman Mekhi Becton and tight end Will Dissly. And the Steelers are releasing tight end Jonnu Smith, saving $7 million in salary cap space. Today, Aaron Rodgers spoke for the first time since the Pittsburgh Steelers season ended. He was on the Pat McAfee show. He was non-committal about his future, said he's enjoying his time with his wife, that he's going to be a free agent, but had a lot of nice things to say about new head coach Mike McCarthy. Right now in the NBA, it's late in the first quarter, and the Thunder lead the Knicks at Madison Square Garden 20-13. Chet Holmgren, he's leading the way for OKC. He's got 14 points. In men's college hoops, halfway through the first half, number 20 Arkansas leads Texas at home 34-19, while number 22 Miami is up on SMU 23-21. In the NHL, the Golden Knights and the Red Wings are tied at 1 apiece halfway through the first period, just like the Maple Leafs and the Devils. They are also tied at 1 apiece. Back to you guys.
All right, Monty, thank you very much. It is the Odd Couple here, Fox Sports Radio on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. He's off for a couple days. We are glad to have Keith for the next couple of days with us here on Fox Sports Radio. And Rob G, we just heard some story about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers and the whole 9 yards. He was non-committal.
That's right, Rob. Your third favorite Aaron in the world behind Aaron Judge and Aaron Maller. Aaron Rodgers.
Is that right? He's moved down to third place now,
he's
right?
Third. He's
number
third.
3.
So wait a minute, who you got first?
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
He puts money in your pocket.
And then Aaron Maller.
And then Aaron Maller.
Yes.
Number 2.
All right.
That's right. So Aaron Rodgers was on Pat McAfee again for the Rodgers Wednesdays. And they asked him very specifically, like, hey, are you going to be back in Pittsburgh next season? What's going on? What's the timeline? Aaron Rodgers, you said, very non-committal. Take a listen.
I've talked to Mike. I've talked to Omar. There's been no deadline that's been put in front of me. There's no contract, offer or anything. So there's nothing that I'm, having to debate between. I'm free agent, and again, I'm enjoying my time with my wife and enjoying this part of the off season, and I think there's conversations to be had down the line, but right now I'm not there hasn't been any progressive conversations.
All right.
Yeah. Take your time. We got all 2026. Listen, I gotta go in on this. Some of my people in the chat know Aaron Rodgers is the song that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was, and they will keep on singing it forever just because. Why do we do this? Why do we entertain this guy? Pat McAfee pays him to be on this show. Anytime he pops up from wherever he is with his wired-in headphones, with his ridiculous takes, his conspiracy theories, and just taking his sweet old time, we lean into it. We play into it. So now Mike McCarthy's got to be pulling his hair out. Like, yo, here we go again, deja vu with this guy. I got to deal with this guy. The Packers kicked him to the curb and said, no mas, we're good. We got Jordan Love. The Jets played that game, and you saw how karma came in, 4 plays in, took him up out of there, and then they played it a second year, and then last year, Aaron Glenn, and to the Steelers, he is old. I just said Father Time is undefeated. Aaron Rodgers, hang it up. He's cooked. I can't do this anymore. How long has he been in the league? We just watched his Enigma Netflix show. Like, why does he get this much attention for a guy that can't move? The game has passed him by. He's made all of his money. He's like the highest paid player ever next to Matthew Stafford. I can't do another year of this. Just retire. Hang it up. You got to the playoffs last year. What else do you need?
I'm going to push back. And Pittsburgh last year, I'll give you this. Do you know what Aaron Rodgers' record was last year for the Steelers? 10-6. 10-6. They hadn't had a quarterback. A real quarterback.
Oh, are we applauding 10-6?
No, but I'm saying
because the Steelers didn't go 9-8.
No, they won the division with Aaron Rodgers, with the guy you want to disappear. You can poo-poo it all you want.
They won the division. How much did Lamar play?
It don't matter.
We already know about the Browns, the Bengals. This year's not going to be like that.
No, who cares about that?
You got to get a quarterback that can move in this league. At least move in the pocket.
He's point cooked.
He's 42, Rob.
I know he's 42, but I'm saying to you, you know what? The NFL doesn't have quarterbacks. Look around.
They have quarterbacks.
No,
they got a whole crop of quarterbacks coming in the draft.
Ain't nobody talking about no draft. I'm talking about quarterbacks who are proven, who can play. And you could say whatever
Phillip
you
Rivers.
want.
These
Phillip
old
Rivers.
guys, no country for old men. These old guys saw Phillip Rivers, and now none of them won out.
Phillip Rivers was a bad back at 45
But now Aaron Rodgers thinks
old.
he can play until he was Tom Brady's age. Tom Brady played till he's 44, 45. Phillip Rivers comes back. Now these guys just want to drag this out. I know he doesn't want to go to camp, and they probably will entertain him.
They will
but I feel
entertain
like they're
him.
wasting time.
There's a chance.
They did this last year.
Who should play? They don't have a quarterback, and until they
Not
get
Will
one,
Howard. They shouldn't draft
they don't
Ty
have
Simpson.
a quarterback. My point
Go
is,
sign somebody. Go sign somebody. Mike
go
McCarthy's
sign
coming
who?
in.
Who?
Mike
Give me a
McCarthy's
name.
coming in because they kicked Tomlin to the curb. Well, Tomlin stepped down, but Tomlin couldn't get them to the promised land. He was just good enough, which is not good enough. And Aaron Rodgers coming back is going to be mid again. I'm telling you, we're all wasting our time entertaining this guy.
So instead of being mid, you're going to go 3-14.
Why you got to win 3 games?
Because
the Steelers culture, they're not going to. The Steelers will win.
Because
they'll win more than 3 games. They'll probably
in,
win another 9 or 10 games with a serviceable quarterback.
No,
I don't know exactly who that's going to be.
Well, but there's the issue, and it's easy to say, go get somebody else, go do this. All I know, if you're the Steelers from a year ago, Aaron Rodgers connected with that team. He was 10-6 when he played. He missed a couple of games to injury, right? He was 10-6. They won the division. They got smoked in the postseason in the playoff game. I'll give you that, against a really good defense in the Texans.
They should have lost to the Ravens. They shouldn't even have got to the playoffs. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, but they didn't. What happened? They won the game, and all I'm saying to you,
left.
Yeah, all right, that's called football. And you can sit here all day and talk about why left, why right, the fumble.
It was this close,
I could give you all of that. If I did that with Tom Brady, who's the luckiest of all time, I could take away 4 of his Super Bowls about being lucky. So all I'm saying is...
But Rodgers got 1 Super Bowl. He's not getting another one. If you want to be mid, bring him back. He's not taking you to the promised land. Stop wasting your time.
Okay, I'm going to give you Exhibit A on why you're off base.
Okay.
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl as the Tin Man with Denver. Do you remember that?
That defense was stacked.
Okay, but my
had
point
a run
is,
game too.
But my point is, he wasn't the quarterback that he was prior, and he won a Super Bowl. He threw for less than 200 yards. He threw 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
Different game. The game has changed.
No, it ain't.
They officiate the game differently.
And my
the game
point
has changed.
is, you can win, and if you have the right quarterback, I'll tell you right now, if Aaron Rodgers was on the Texans last year, they would have won the Super Bowl with that defense.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud was just handing the ball over.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think that the Steelers have enough around Aaron Rodgers with the not first year head coach, but obviously the first year of Mike McCarthy coaching the Steelers to actually be any better than they were last year. I think it'll be another wasted year, and then Aaron Rodgers will bow out. He should just ride off into the sunset with the fact that he played for another storied franchise, got them to the playoffs, and that's it, bro. Go chill with your wife. Be in Malibu. Be on the beach. Go do ayahuasca. Like, go do anything else. I'm good on the Aaron Rodgers saga. Another year it is. No mas. No mas.
I'm just like, I don't get caught up personally. Like, it doesn't bother me if a guy wants to play. He played well last year. I remember 2 years ago when everybody said he was washed. He had the same stats as Patrick Mahomes, but all the Mahomes people call in. Go look up the stats 2 years ago. The year that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers had the same exact stats as Patrick Mahomes.
But stats can be misleading.
No,
Aaron Rodgers,
I know.
He doesn't necessarily, like, his arm is still there, but he doesn't necessarily have that, like, speed that he had.
I
reading
agree
the
with
game,
that.
getting the ball to where it's got to go. Even some accuracy, he misses some throws. He's old, and the last thing I'll say about him, he's scared to take a hit. He's chuck and duck. He does not want to get hit because he's old and he's fragile. It's a tough game. It's a rough game. You're going to get hit, old man. Don't be scared.
He still won 10 games in the division. You could discount it all you want. The Steelers have won the division. I would run it back
thanks. That'll
only
be all.
because of Mike McCarthy and his history with Aaron Rodgers. And it could be 1 year until they can find a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. That's the only reason. If they really had a guy in the house for the quarterback position, they wouldn't do it. I agree with you. But they don't have a quarterback.
Go pay Malik Willis then.
What you talking about, Willis? They ain't doing that.
I'm talking about Malik Willis. Does he want to go to the Cardinals or does he want to go to the Steelers?
All right.
Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett and passed on him a couple years back. Run it back. Bring Malik Willis in. I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers is cooked, and he always makes it about himself, and he blames people, and it's never him. It's never him. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it if I was Mike McCarthy. No mas, no thanks.
All right, we're going to the association. And are the Pistons frauds? Yes or no? We'll talk about that next. It is the Odd Couple in a little Shekel City, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you feel like this in the US of A.
You, Aaron Rodgers.
Rob G, Magic City Monday for us. Magic City Monday in 2 weeks for the Atlanta Hawks, and not everybody's in on it.
Yeah, big deal in case you missed the story. Magic City Monday, the world-famous gentlemen's club in Atlanta. Magic City night. T.I.'s going to perform at halftime. They're going to serve lemon pepper wings. They're going to make
selling the hoodies.
Lou Williams lemon pepper barbecue wings. It's going to be a whole thing, right?
See, that sounds better to me than just regular old drop.
So it was a big talking point on this show because Magic City Monday is a brand name for us, which they stole. We'll get into that later.
That's right. Trademark infringement.
And as excited as he gets, I'm not sure he's not like a 0.1% owner.
Big facts.
The way you get so excited.
Big facts.
The look on your face last week we started talking about this.
Considering the way y'all got into it, you can assume that there's going to be people around the league who also felt some kind of way about it, right? Well, Luke Cornett, the backup center of the San Antonio Spurs, wrote a lengthy blog post about Magic City Monday, and he is calling on the NBA and their constituents to cancel it. And here's what he said. I'm going to read it in part. The NBA should desire to protect and esteem women, many of whom work diligently every day to make this best basketball league in the world. We should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love. Allowing this night to go forward without protest would reflect poorly on us as an NBA community, specifically in being complicit in the potential objectification and mistreatment of women in our society.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Backup center should be heard, should be seen, not heard. How's that? What, like, you want to talk about misreading the room? And we talked about it. Sell out overnight. What is sell out in record?
Yeah, record time.
Record time. This is unique to this community. I'm dead serious. And you know this. I've been going there since the 90s, okay? It's a different place. I don't go to just any old place anytime I'm on the road. I don't. That is a place that has a connection with the community. And I'm not surprised that it sold out. There weren't people there picketing or saying that, women's groups could have easily done that and come on down on the Hawks. But you kind of got to know, and I think he's misguided here. And here's the other part that I have a big issue with. Where was your blog or your lengthy blog about gambling? And you know why there's no blog about gambling? Because gambling's legal, right? And the NBA's in bed with gambling. And guess what? So is working at a strip club. They pay taxes. It's a legal business. It's not illegal. If it's illegal, he has a leg to stand on. You might not want to take part in it, which I respect and I have no issue with. It's a legal business. This is how women in that place or whoever make money. They got to pay for school. They got to give diapers.
Are we ever going to get rid of that theory?
I'm just saying.
This ain't, you said 92 whenever you started going.
91.
This is 91. They just making money now. School schmool. And I ain't saying nobody.
You don't know that anybody's
That's why I just said I don't know. Well, you would know better than I. But let's not act like that. It's a new. What used to be taboo, all you got to do is turn on your Instagram. Somebody either they're there partying, Mary agrees, they're either there participating, having fun, or they're dancing, or they're girls who wish they were dancing like the dancer. It's a whole. What used to be taboo and underground is no longer the case. It's very popular. So to lead to your point, all the songs that they mention. They mentioned Magic City and all that, and you hear them all, especially in Atlanta artists for the last 20 years. They've been rapping about it. But my point is, I told you, I don't have a problem with, if that's your personal preference. You want to go out? I don't have a problem with. Who am I to tell somebody what they need to do?
Right, you do your life, and this is not something you've never been there, right?
My only thing. No.
Would you go?
No. Those days are, when I was like, back in the day, I tried, they laughed at us because we were all young, and they were like, how much y'all think about it?
Did you go in there?
No, I'm saying they laughed at the idea of like, we did like however much it was. We were like, it was packed. I don't even remember what event. So those days that's not my era now. But my biggest thing is, I get it. I knew Atlanta would love it. I told you that. Atlanta will be all in. It's a big deal. But I just thought then when we talked about it, that the NBA being tied to it is just one of those you can, but should you? But you can because it's legal and it's no big deal.
But there's OnlyFans also sponsoring events, like sporting events. OnlyFans.
Specifically the NBA. I'm not saying they're not sponsoring axe throwing on somebody's.
But I'm just saying, like, the whole thing has changed. If this was 25 years, I would agree with you. But once you lay down with the gambling and that thing,
let me answer that because that's the point.
What moral ground are you standing on?
I'm glad you said that because I agree. We've talked about the gambling, the prop betting we've done.
Fox Sports Radio on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, moist after that. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. And don't forget, coming up, we got a lot of stuff to get to in hour number 2, including Antonio Daniels. We'll do that and much more. But first, it's time for the play of the day.
Cavs by 5. Schroeder quickly into the forecourt. Schroeder on the handoff to Harden at the half-court line. Harden with the ball in his hands. Harden on the left-hand dribble, left of the lane. Bang, scores! James Harden!
Play of the day. Cavs radio. There you go. That was a big win for the Cavs. No Donovan Mitchell, right? And they that's right. And they still beat the Pistons. All right, Keith, now it's time for the That was it. I'm sorry. That was the play of the day. I meant to say that. And the play of the day was brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient tire installation options like the mobile tire installation where they'll come to you. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Now it's time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
Did I do that? I did do that last night on Shekel City. I was 2-1. My record now is 60-38. Alex,
wow.
Rob G, Elijah, Monty, Keith, you hear that? 60-38 when I'm picking against the spread.
Vegas is mad.
That's right. All right, here's my picks for the night. I got the Clippers minus 12.5. They host the Indiana Pacers here in Los Angeles. I got the Portland Trail Blazers minus 10.5. They're in Memphis taking on the Grizzlies. And then I got the Milwaukee Bucks minus 1.5. They're hosting the Atlanta Hawks. So here we go again. The Bucks minus 1.5. Trailblazers minus 10.5. And the Clippers minus 12.5. And Keith, guess what? I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. All right, let's go to the Pistons. And I know people are always like, Rob is a Detroit hater, blah, blah, blah. Rob G, last night, I don't care what anybody says. That was a nice win for the Cavaliers. Mm-hmm. No Donovan Mitchell. And Rob G, you have some details, right?
Yeah, coming into the game, the big headline was that the anonymous Cleveland Cavs player said that the Pistons are not in our class. And it's like, well, they proved it last night because without Donovan Mitchell, down a couple of starters, they beat the Pistons. And to your point, Rob, the Detroit Pistons, since the All-Star break, they cannot hit the red side of a barn. Coming into last night, shooting 26% from deep on the season, 28th in three-pointers made per game, 26th in three-point percentage. Tough scene for our Pistons.
I know, because you guys have adopted the Pistons here because of Kelvin. Kelvin Washington's from Michigan, so he's a big Piston slappy. But, Keith, this is what worries me about the Pistons. And I know they have the best record in the NBA, right? Don't they have the best record in the NBA? I know in the East.
Still holding.
But the problem is their shooting. Their three-point shooting is atrocious. How do you make those baskets in the postseason? It can't be all Cade Cunningham. Who else? Who's going to make a big basket? They dominated the Knicks last year. You know this in the regular season. And what happened? Mm-hmm. The Knicks won the playoff series. The Knicks won. The Pistons couldn't even win a home game in the playoffs. I'm
in here watching the Knicks now. They're actually playing against the team with the best record because it says 48-15 on my screen, and I'm like, I don't think the Pistons have 45 wins.
Well, they're 45, so they have the best record in the East.
They have the best record in the East. But either way, a couple weeks ago, they beat the Knicks in the Garden, and then that's when the Cade MVP stuff started to, really peak. The odds were going up. He even said it with his chest about MVP stuff, and he dropped 40 in the Garden, and everybody was saying, whoa, look at the big, bad Pistons. They made a statement. But they've come down a little bit. Last Friday, they probably should have lost to Cleveland in overtime. They barely, escaped that without Harden, without Mitchell. And then last night.
Think about that, right? It took overtime for the Pistons to beat them without Harden didn't play in that game either. All right, two guys.
Right. So, I mean, anonymous or not, it doesn't matter who says it. Ball don't lie. We saw it last night. Cleveland is not worried about them. And it's weird because it's night to night, it's week to week in the NBA. And I know the Knicks are worried about the Pistons because they got swept by them and they lost by an average of 28 points in the three contests. And it seems like the Pistons turn up for the Knicks because of last year. Last year, the Knicks went to Detroit and they beat them all 3 games.
Right.
But right now, the Cavs look at the Pistons like, you can't rock with us. You're not in mi clase. So.
And here's the other thing, too. With Harden, since he got there, 8-1. Like, you could say whatever. They're 8-1. I know Harden is not a postseason player, something to look at. But I just think when you have such a deficiency, they got to figure that out. You can't shoot that poorly from 3 in this man's NBA. and expect to win a lot of playoff games. I just don't think that. I think that's going to ultimately. They have the other stuff. They play defense. They play hard. They're physical. I like a lot of stuff about the Pistons. The shooting,
They got to bring Malik Beasley
like.
back. They got to get their boy Malik Beasley back in somehow.
Yeah, where is he? What happened to that?
Some things went on. I think he's in Puerto Rico.
He took the under. He's out of the league now, I think. Wow. I'm just saying. I'm sorry about that.
Shekel
All right,
City.
our number 2 of the odd couples coming up. Stick and stay.
Unless you're Malik.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The odd couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the NBA, it's a good start for Chet Holmgren and the Thunder.
To the trailing Holmgren, open left side angle three-pointer by Chet. Nothing but net. Chet Holmgren says, what's the record in this place? Lasers home his third three. He's got 11 points. Timeout Knicks.
You heard it all on the Thunder Radio Network. He actually has 4 threes for a total of 16 points. And the Thunder lead the Knicks at Madison Square Garden 44-34. There's about 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Hornets are trying to make it 6 in a row. Right now, they are up on the Celtics 26-16. Late in the first quarter, LaMelo Ball, 8 points. In men's college hoops at halftime, number 20 Arkansas is up on Texas 56-34. And number 22 Miami leads SMU 38-31. In the NHL, after 3 periods, the Red Wings lead the Golden Knights 3-1. Maple Leafs and Devils are tied at 1 apiece. In the NFL, the Steelers are releasing tight end Jonnu Smith. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. That's right. Thank you. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. You guys are doing a great job subscribing, and we want more of you. That's right. Thank you. We'll simulcast on the radio, YouTube, all that. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon. Comment away. Let us know which one of us is more odd. I think it's Keith. Right?
Rob Parker.
No, it ain't me. Stop it. Check us out on
Definitely
YouTube and watch us now live. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, Antonio Daniels, the NBA champ, Sirius XM NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. I mean, he is a hustler, no doubt about it. And we also have One's Gotta Go in this hour of the program. But, Keith, hour number 2, let's talk some NFL, some more NFL. We talked about the Chiefs. And, Rob G., we got news. Players are getting let go left and right, you know, cap casualties.
They're getting whacked.
They are getting whacked, as the mob would say. Stephon Diggs got let go today, right, by the Patriots.
Yes, sir.
But there's a big name who's going to be let go very soon.
Big name, small stature, like yours truly. None other than former Arizona Cardinals quarterback now, Kyler Murray, has been given his walking papers according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. He will be released this time next week. He's out in Arizona, according to Schefter. Kyler reportedly wanted to be released, didn't want to be traded because he allegedly already has 2 teams he's eyeing, and he thinks if he gets released, have a better chance of winning up in one of those 2 destinations.
All right. Here's where I'm going to go. And I know some people are going to disagree. Keith, you'll probably disagree.
Okay.
Kyler Murray has been a failure in the NFL. And I know people say, oh, he had a couple of Pro Bowls, and the Cardinals once was 7-0, and they were pretty good, and they were doing this. And you remember his Hail Murray? Do you remember that? Kyler Murray threw that Hail Murray, and they won a game, and they were talking about that. Do you remember when Cliff Kingsbury said that him and Patrick Mahomes were going to alternate MVPs? Do you remember all that talk? Well, guess what? None of it came to fruition. In fact, I'm so disappointed on how Kyler Murray has turned out. I wanted him to go to baseball. He's the first player in the history of American sports, Keith, who was drafted in the first round in the NFL and Major League Baseball. Nobody walking the planet has ever done that. That's how talented of a player he was supposed to be. And here we are, where they're discarding him like he's nothing. Like, just go ahead, move along here. I can hear the cops. Nothing to see here. Keep walking. Don't stop. Kyler Murray is that? Kyler Murray doesn't matter? Kyler Murray's a 2-time star athlete that nobody had ever seen? You could talk about all the guys who played football and baseball. Nobody was ever drafted in the first round. You know how hard it is to be drafted in the first round of baseball? Baseball and football. And here we are. I don't know where he's going. People are so desperate for quarterbacks. There'll be a place. We go to the Jets or I don't know. Because people are desperate. But when I look at his career and where he is, and I know Rob G joked about his stature and his size or whatever, and I know he's a little guy. But people were expecting big things out of Kyler Murray. Am I saying he can't continue to play somewhere or go to another team, try to resurrect his career? We've seen quarterbacks do that. But not of this caliber. He was somebody we hadn't seen before. He had done something nobody. How many? You can't say, Keith, how many people can you say about somebody doing something nobody in the history of sports
might never
have
happen
done?
again.
Right.
Might never happen again. I played baseball and football. I was nowhere near. Like, that's ridiculous. That's incredible. I got a counter, though. The book is still open on the guy. He's 28. And if he lands in the right situation, like if he lands with Kevin O'Connell, the Minnesota Vikings, and Justin Jefferson, watch out. Now, I got to go back because I've followed his whole career. There are people that regard him as the best high school football player out of the state of Texas ever. He just won state championship after state championship after state championship coming out of the Dallas area, playing in Jerry World. He was the man. Like, they talk about him in high school, and if you look up his high school highlight, he was unstoppable. He's explosive. He can run. He can throw. There was no play that he could not make. Then he goes to college, and he's hitting home runs. He's playing center field. He's also playing quarterback there. He wins the Heisman. He comes out of Oklahoma, and, of course, with Cliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals, they make sure that they take him number one, and they had just taken a quarterback. I think Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen, right. Yep.
You know, I almost blanked on the name. It's coming back to me. But then they're like, okay, now this is the Kyler Murray era. Now he is a small guy. He got hurt a lot. He wasn't available. The best ability is availability. You can't be all that you can be if you're not always on the field, if you're in the cold tub. Also, they changed coaches around. I put some blame on Jonathan Gannon. He got fired, right? Now they come in with Mike LaFleur, Malik Willis, what you're talking about, Willis. Obviously, his brother, Matt LaFleur, just coached him up. He probably wants him to come out there to Arizona, so they don't have any room for Kyler Murray. And I'll say this, he got paid. They ran him his money. And here's a little, off-camera stuff. I was actually in L.A. when he signed. It was the 2022 All-Star Game in L.A. I went to Drake's Club, Delilah. They brought him and Jordan Clarkson through with a bunch of models through this back door, and he was partying and celebrating the contract. So they said he had distractions off the field. They were taller than him. But, they said he had distractions off the field, right? He was a different kind of guy. There was some story that popped up about the girl that did his hair. They talked about him playing video games and not being in a playbook. It just did not work out. I think now it could work out somewhere. The book is still open for him. I don't think he wants to go play baseball. He should because he's a small guy. I think he could make a killing in MLB, but he loves the game of football. He wants to prove people wrong, and because he's a 28-year-old athletic quarterback who was on the shelf all last year, he's going to be fresh this year. Somebody's going to give him an opportunity to win a starting job, and we'll see what happens with Kyler Murray in 2026. I don't think he's done. I can't say he's a failure. I can't write him off just yet.
Well, 38, 48, and 1 in Arizona. Last year had a career low in 192 passing yards per game, 192. A career low quick QBR, 47.2. He's trending the other way. I get what you're saying. 28 sounds nice. He should be ascending. And if you're a new coach and you have a talent there and you know all the stuff that you just talked about, Keith, about changing these coaches and injuries and all this, then you should be able to take a look and go, you know what? I can make this work because it's so hard to find a quarterback. The idea that the Cardinals are really are going to pull the plug on Kyler Murray speaks volumes.
Because you need more than Kyler Murray. And it's a contract thing. They're cutting him now so that they don't trigger another like $20 million so that they have that money to build the team. You need a defense. Who was the best offensive player he had around him? Don't say Marvin Harrison. James Conner, Trey McBride emerged this year with Jacoby Brissett. They kind of look at Kyler and say, how come you couldn't get this out of Trey McBride? Like, who was the best offensive player he had around? DeAndre Hopkins?
No.
The older DeAndre Hopkins? Like,
I get it. And I understand there's a team, but when you have a guy of that caliber, he's supposed to also elevate people. That's what you're looking for. When they drafted Josh Rosen the year before for 1 year, and you make that decision, right, and say we're going to move on.
And everybody agreed with that decision.
No,
Everybody
I know. But I'm trying to say, when you make a move like that as a team, that sets you back. You know what I'm saying? To take a quarterback back-to-back years, that sets you back. Because you could have gotten another player to help you, and you got rid of Josh Rosen. That's my point. So they believed that he was going to be that guy. And he's not that guy, and now you might be bouncing around. You might not. Maybe he's not going to be what they thought he was going to be. And maybe it worked in high school and college. It doesn't always translate. All I'm saying is I'm looking at Kyler Murray, and I'm not seeing it. I look at a failed core. He failed. The guy who was
but they failed
unlike
him too.
Anybody. Okay,
the Cardinals
that's fair.
failed him too. We can't say the Cardinals are a great organization. We can't say that the Cardinals did all that they could around him. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, hey, change the scenery, the right coach. That's why I keep saying Minnesota. If Minnesota is looking for somebody, if he goes there, even if he goes to Atlanta with Kevin Stefanski and Bijan Robinson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts and having some talent around him, he might look like Vic out there. I'm not done with him. I'm not done. Did you draft him in fantasy? Because if you wasted a pick on him on a fantasy year and he was your fantasy quarterback and it was one of those dud years, you'll hold that grudge against him forever. Did you have him in fantasy?
No. No fantasy for me, but I know a lot of people were definitely upset with – yeah, the worst part is people probably lost money betting on him, so that's another part that they hold against him. You know what? We've seen quarterbacks go places and change or whatever, but not a athlete of this caliber. That's what I'm looking at. Like the idea that Kyler Murray's going somewhere else because they feel like he's no good or doesn't suit their purpose anymore, that's the shock to me.
Well, it's the money. It's the money.
Yeah, but he had a certain amount of talent. I get the money, but you bite the bullet if the guy's good enough. You do, if you think that he can do it. And they're saying we'd rather start over and have a bad team and go hope that we find a quarterback. 15 teams need a quarterback. That's how hard it is to get a quarterback. For when you let go of a quarterback, it tells you a lot about him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same team that hired Mike LaFleur after he was the Jets' failed offensive coordinator 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that quickly he spends 2 years under Sean McVay. We all know Sean McVay calls that offense. He's got a head coaching job. And I'm sure he doesn't want to, start over with Kyler Murray. He wants to start fresh. He doesn't want to inherit Kyler Murray. They don't want to run him that money. Good for Kyler Murray to get up out of there. He got his bag. He got paid. Now go somewhere else and prove to the league that you could still play, that you could still run, that you could still throw and make plays in a different situation. I think he's still got another life in the NFL. I'm not ready to write him off. They wrote me off, but he ain't right back. You know what I'm saying?
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Has Kyler Murray been a failure in the NFL? I say yes. Keith says no. There's more left in the tank. We want to hear from you. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. 877-99 on Fox, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you're ready to see Kyler on the Pittsburgh Steelers in the US of A.
Pacquiao, the rematch. Only like a decade after the first one, but we're excited to see
semantics.
It because I don't know about y'all, but sources close to the situation knew this was coming down the pike for a hot second, me and Kelvin felt real knowledgeable.
I never wanted to be like a snitch and be like, ooh, we knew.
But yes, it was announced today that Floyd versus Manny, the rematch, will take place September 19th, 2026 at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Stream live in living color only on Netflix. And Rob, I can tell by looking at you, you are so excited about it.
I just threw up in my mouth. And I'm going to say this to you. From the first one,
okay,
it was the first time in American history that a black man gave a white man welfare, because that's what that was. That was a welfare payment in that.
The first
seriously,
version of it?
Yeah, like there was no way that Pacquiao deserved that. Do you know what I mean? Like that was just awful. And I'm not interested in this as well. I hate to be the old man on the get off my lawn guy, but I covered boxing for the Detroit Free Press. I was in Vegas all the time, fights, all that. No. Do we want to see this again?
Here's the problem, Rob.
I don't want to see it.
I know. You know this is one of the few times.
Step away from the counter.
This is the few times we are the even couple, not the odd couple, because dang it, we agree on this stuff. But here's the problem. They pulled the okie doke on us. This is why Floyd, Rob G, is a business genius. He pulled the okie doke on us. How, you say? I'll tell you how. He sets up the one with Mike Tyson. So we go, bah humbug. I don't want to see this. Mike Tyson's literally 60. This is boo. Here we go again. This is trash. And then he gets you just enough of the appetite for real boxing, and you can convince yourself he's still in his 40s. Granted, he's 49 tomorrow. You know, Pacquiao just fought, what was it, Rob G? 3 months ago, maybe? Pacquiao 6 months ago? I think he fought semi-recently. So you can just trick yourself enough to go, well, this is real boxing light. This is real boxing-ish. And you can get close enough to this because you're tired of the Jake Paul and the whomevers. You're tired of the Floyd and the Tysons.
I'm going to stop you.
You know I don't want to see this stuff, but this is good enough that people will want to see this.
No, it's not.
People want to see this one.
There's nothing here. You know, Alex, don't pay attention to that man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain, because all this is there's nothing going on in boxing.
Agreed.
We could give them anything, any garbage. They have no regard for the boxing fan. They just know that people have nothing to do, and they're looking for a Friday night or whatever night it is to have a reason to have people over or do something. People try to talk themselves into it with the Tyson fight. Mm-hmm. I told you and Rob G from day one, didn't I? Yep. This is going to be awful, terrible. Oh, no, I've seen him on IG. You see, he's in shape. He the best looking 60-year-old. You see him.
Though.
He look all right.
He didn't fight. That's why he's biting his gloves. I forgot the contract.
No, he just won. No, he just was like, this is a holdup. He should have had on a mask and a gun when he picked up his purse.
Instead, he had on a thong.
And we didn't want to see that.
I didn't sign up for that.
I'm sorry. I just stop it already. Can you do me a favor? I'm talking about the general public.
Uh-huh.
Can you just stop? You can make this stuff go away. Stop. Don't be involved in this. Do not have parties with your friends. Do not go to this. Do not buy tickets. Stop it.
They're going to this one, Rob.
Just stop.
Rob, they going to this one.
It's ridiculous.
I'm with you. You know I've set up here. Who was I with that day? Was it Ephraim last week, Rob G? I pounded the daggone table last week. Sick of this. Tyson and Floyd. First of all, Floyd doesn't fight anybody anymore. Tyson biting his gloves. He can't fight anybody. He won't let his hands go. So what are we doing here? It's going to be an argument about, hey, what AARP account do you have? This senior citizen battle? The challenge is, Rob, we're going to come off the Tyson. You're going to go, oh, that was whack. That was boring. Then you're going to see Pacquiao and Floyd. You're going to go, oh, here go a real fight again. Here's the rematch we wanted a literal decade ago. And people are going to watch. And the other trouble with this is the star boxers, Stewart, Tank, Garcia, if you want to throw him in there, the handful of these guys, they draw, but not aside from Canelo. Canelo's been Canelo. They draw, but not like the numbers, the same type of boxer their predecessors would have got. Bud Crawford might be the best boxer the last 20 years, aside from, Floyd. If you want to go post-Floyd, Canelo could be right there as well. Nobody watches. Most of his fights are free on ESPN and stuff, and he's been a tactician and a great. So that's the problem, is that real boxers don't draw like that.
Yeah. It is The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington. And we're back. So if you missed any of today's show, you'll want to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcasts. Right after the show, today's podcast will be posted. Be sure to follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and if you can, even provide us with a review. Again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll find today's full show and a best-of version posted right after the end of the show. So let's get back into it, folks. We were talking about Kyler Murray. I feel like the book is still open on the 28-year-old quarterback, former college baseball player, first-round draft pick in MLB and NFL. Rob says he's cooked. Rob says he's done. He failed. It didn't work out. It had to work out. So if you want to get involved with the conversation, hit us up right now, 877-999 on Fox. That's 877-999-ONFOX. And we're going to get back to the phones. How you feeling, Rob?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm wondering where people are on this. And I just expected more from Kyler Murray. He's a unique athlete, and it didn't pan out. And that the Cardinals are moving on from him, that's a bad sign if you're a Kyler Murray fan.
Okay, let's hear from you. Let's see who we got. Let's go to Joe in Idaho. You're on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Keith McPherson here filling in for Kelvin Washington.
What's up, Joe?
Okay, so Jeremy in Boise. Correction, Jeremy in Boise is first up right now. You're on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys? My take on Kyler is, he's a good young man, and, I'm an NFC West guy living out west here, and I watched him his whole career. I think he might be done. He, every time a new Call of Duty comes out, he disappears, and I think that, the kid, it's the biggest position in sports, and if you're not going to put in the mental work, then, your body's going to pay, and he's not going to last. He's not made for this league for very long. So, I don't know. I like the guy, but, if you're not into it Peyton Manning style with your brain, you're not going to go.
But you know what? Thank you. Appreciate the call. And, Keith, you remember this. They had to write in his contract that he had to watch film. Do you remember that?
Of course I remember.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't act like that's not it. Like he was all locked in and it was all the coaching and all the other players and everybody else. That's what bothers me. The idea that you would even have to put that in a contract scares me.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more of an internet narrative, and sometimes when these things trend on the internet, we just believe them. But Kyler Murray did come out and say, at my size, as small as I am, you think I'm not watching film? You think I'm not preparing? Like, I have to over-prepare to be able to compete at this level, being my size.
It wouldn't have been in the contract if it was an issue, and you know that.
It might have been an issue at some point because they do have ways to track that now. Like, if they give you an iPad, they can tell how long you watch the videos on the iPad and this, that, and the other. It might have been in the contract at one point, but I do kind of believe him. Like, there's no way he was going out there Johnny Manziel style, like not reading the playbook at all.
Wait a minute. Don't you remember Jamarcus Russell? With the Raiders, they gave him a blank tape, and they asked him, "Did you watch it? Come on, man!" And they gave him a blank tape because wasn't it blank?
He was wildin'.
Rob G, was that a blank DVD or a blank?
That boy was different.
He was like, they gave him a blank one. How did everything go? Yeah, I watched it, Coach. Everything.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Nah, that's crazy to me. I played a little bit of college football, right? I played quarterback at James Madison University on the bench. The backup's backup third string, and even I had DVDs that I had to go to my dorm room and pop in because we would get quizzed on it, right? We're opening up against UNC. We're in the film room. Hey, McPherson, what coverage they in? All right, third down. We're going to go 3 wide receivers. What do you expect here? Like, I have a hard time believing that these guys don't watch film in the NFL because if you don't watch film in the NFL, you're going to get killed.
You're going to get cooked, 100%. 877-99 on Fox. Keith, we got another one?
Yeah, let's see. Let's go to Coach. I'm talking about playing football. Let's go to Coach in Orlando. Coach, talk to us. What do you got?
Hey, I think he still has some things in the tank. I look at him, and he got the money, but I don't think they ever really put all the pieces around him. Honestly, right. I think there's at least 9 NFL teams he could go to. He'd go to Falcons, Vikings, Titans, Jets, Texans.
Titans,
Dolphins, Browns, Saints, and Raiders, and they're better at quarterback with him than any of the guys they have on the roster.
Yeah.
The Titans and Saints just found their rookie quarterbacks last year.
I was going to say.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
But here's my thing. Kyler Murray was supposed to be special. Can you admit at least that he wasn't special? Because he was supposed to be.
I don't know. When I saw him with Fitz and some of those guys, when he had some things, he was making some plays.
He had special moments.
I don't think they gave him what he needed.
This is my only issue, and I hear you. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. But, Keith, every quarterback that fails is the system. He don't have weapons. Like it's an easy way out. You're not – when you get drafted to a bad team, you're supposed to elevate that team. Peyton Manning went to a bad Colts team. You can't keep always making – and I know they built the roster up, right? And he was terrible. But I'm saying you are supposed to be the reason. Everybody told Joe Burrow, don't go to Cincinnati. That's a bad organization. What did he do his second year? He took him to the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to buy that. Every quarterback that fails, it wasn't Sam Darnold's fault. It was the Jets' fault. It wasn't this guy's fault. It's always like the team, the offensive coordinator, the coach, the offensive line, the receivers. Come on, man. You got to take – if we're going to give you glory when things work out, you can't push it off on everybody. Let's get another call in, 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, next up is Andrew in Alaska. You're on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker, Keith McPherson.
What you got?
Let's go to actually John and Andrew Drop.
Okay.
Andrew Drop. Let's go to John in Clovis next.
Clovis.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Keith.
How are you?
What's up, John?
I'm good, guys. Kyler Murray is going to have a rebirth. It's going to be a situation where I think this was the fact that he apologized to me lets me know that this young man is going to make some necessary changes to improve his game. I think he's young enough. He's got talent. He's smallish. There have been some injuries, but I think that the talent's there. And I think what happens is sometimes you need a little bit of a wake-up call to get knocked off your pedestal, and then you got to rededicate yourself to your craft. And so I can see him having a renaissance a la Sam Darnold. I really can.
Everybody's not Sam Darnold. I know people like to make that case, and Baker Mayfield. For every one of those guys, there's a ton of guys.
Gannon. There's a ton of guys that have done it too, though, Rob. You know.
I know, but there's also a ton of guys who never got better. Ryan Leaf was supposedly going to be this next guy. There's a lot of guys who never panned out, and all I'm saying is there's a chance. I just don't feel like it. I feel like Kyler Murray was supposed to be something special, and it didn't happen. That's where I'm at. All right.
Okay. We got to get to the break. We've got NBA champion Antonio Daniels coming up next. But first, let's get to Monty Bolaños for the latest in sports.
Wow. He said it better than Kelvin.
He did. Well done, Keith. Good job. All right, guys, we'll start in the NBA. Chet Holmgren, he's got 6 3-pointers. He's got 22 points, and the Thunder lead the Knicks right now at Madison Square Garden, 56-48. They're still early in the third quarter, late in the second quarter in Boston, where the Hornets, who are trying to make it 6 in a row, are up on the Celtics, 61-40. There's about 90 seconds to go in the first half there. Con Knippel, the rookie, he's got 12 points. Late in the second quarter, the 76ers lead the Jazz 49-41 late in the first quarter, where they're in Memphis, but the Trailblazers lead the Grizzlies 22-20. In men's college hoops, halfway through the second half, number 20 Arkansas pulling away from Texas 77-57. Number 22 Miami leads SMU 53-40. And in the NHL, halfway through the second period, the Red Wings are up on the Golden Knights 3-1, while the Maple Leafs and the Devils are tied at 2 apiece. In the NFL, the Patriots are releasing 4 four-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stephon Diggs. The Chiefs are trading all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 4 draft picks, including a first-rounder. The Chargers have released offensive lineman Mekhi Becton and tight end Will Dissly, and the Steelers are releasing tight end Jonnu Smith, while the Cowboys have restructured the contracts of quarterback Dak Prescott, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith in order to get under the salary cap. And former Notre Dame head coach Lou Holtz passed away at the age of 89. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Monty.
Yes.
It is the Odd Couple here on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. Now let's bring in our guy, Antonio Daniels, NBA champ, Sirius XM, NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, and, of course, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. Antonio, what's up? Say hi to Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin.
What's up, Keith? What's up, Rob?
How are you?
What's up?
I'm blessed, man. You know I am.
I know.
I am blessed.
I know you are, and the hardest worker out there. Let's start here. I do want to get to I want to ask you about the Pistons and their shooting, but let me start with Luka and JJ, what you saw on the sidelines, their little tay-to-tay, whatever you want to call it. We got an issue here. I remember the last time a coach didn't kind of get along with Luka over defense. His name was Rick Carlisle, and that didn't work out. Is JJ in trouble of maybe not being around now that him and Luka aren't on the same page?
Well, I wouldn't say him and Luka aren't on the same page. You know, throughout the course of an NBA season, you're going to have these often. It's just more is made of it because it's the Los Angeles Lakers. It's going to happen. There is no star player and coach that see eye to eye on every situation.
I agree with that, but it's the same issue with him defensively. Like a lot of people bash the Mavericks, and I get it. Maybe they didn't like the trade, thought they could have got more for him. I'll give you that. But there's a reason they didn't want to sink $350 million into a guy who was a 5-time All-NBA player. And we see it. Am I wrong?
That's fair. But now you're talking about two completely different
No, I'm
subjects.
asking you, but I'm saying the issue has to be, isn't this about defense or doing? I mean, it can't be about him scoring. What are they talking about? What is the beef?
No, but it can be about a lot of things. Honestly, it can be about many things. It doesn't just have to be about defense. It can be about who Luka was behind closed doors. And again, these are things I don't know. His work ethic. It could be the complaining. It could be anything. I don't know. But there is something to be said. There is something to be said. And I will go on record. I have gone on record on our Sirius XM show at saying, I thought it was a foolish trade. But I've also gone on record in saying, but I'm also not at work with Luka every day.
Right.
So it's easy to kind of say how we feel about it when we don't have to work with somebody every day. I don't know who he was behind closed doors. I don't know how difficult he was to deal with behind closed doors. So we can sit on the outside of the practice facility and say, man, you know what? They need to suck it up and just pay the man. Well, you don't know what adding $350 million on top of a problem already, how much that could elevate or escalate that problem.
Ooh, it's a slippery slope. But the Lake Show is Luka's show. So where do we go from here if we're going to assume that JJ is out? Like, who do you bring in that's going to be able to grab Luka's arm and he's going to be okay with it?
Why are we assuming that JJ's out?
That's what they saying.
No, I mean, there's no report that he's out at all. But
it's Luka's show. If this is a rift, obviously everybody's saying he could be.
All I'm saying, because we saw it with Rick Carlisle. They didn't get along, and I'm just saying, star players, and you know this, Antonio, you played in the league, they have say over who the coach is going to be. They do if they don't like him. Correct?
Well, star players, this is a bigger topic. Because star players are the most powerful voices in any organization. In any organization. This is why it bothers me when star players say things like, well, I wanted to play, but they wouldn't let me.
Right.
Like, stop it. Stop it.
I agree with you on that.
If you want that coach to be fired, he's fired. If you want a player to get traded, he's traded. So you have all this power, but you don't have the power over performance staff to tell him, you know what, I feel good enough, I'm going to go out and play tonight. Yeah, there's no more powerful voice in any organization than an actual star player.
I'm with you all the way. I tell people all the time, we argue about if they really wanted to play and they could play. They could play. No doubt about it. Let's go to the Cavaliers beat the Pistons. No Donovan Mitchell. And even when they lost the previous game in Detroit, there was no Harden or Donovan, and they had to go to overtime in order to beat Cleveland. And the issue I have with the Pistons, as good as their season has been, is their shooting. Their three-point shooting has been really bad. And I look at it, can you really make a real run, when you shoot that poorly from long range?
Well, it depends on what you mean by a real run.
Like, there are people thinking they're going to the finals. I'm not in that camp, but there are people who believe that.
I can see them going to the finals. I think two things can be true at the same time. I can see them going to the finals while also recognizing their three-point shooting is a problem. Because if you go back to a year ago, Rob, what they had alongside Cade Cunningham, alongside Isaiah Stewart, alongside Jalen Duren, they had Malik Beasley and they had Tim Hardaway Jr. So they had two guys that were considered floor stretchers that you have to honor their ability to shoot the basketball. And now what happens is you have a Sir Thompson, great athlete, right? You have Ron Holland, great athlete. They play incredibly hard, but they shrink the floor. So now you're content with those guys shooting. The one guy that they have that you have to honor his ability to shoot the ball is Duncan Robinson. And you can actually tilt the floor toward Cade Cunningham and pay special attention to Duncan Robinson and tell everyone else, like, we'll live with those guys shooting. You weren't doing that with Tim Hardaway Jr., and you weren't doing that with Malik Beasley. Now, those guys now, obviously Malik Beasley dealing with the NBA investigation and Tim Hardaway Jr. now being in Denver, that left a big three-point shooting hole in Detroit, in my opinion. I do agree with that.
We're on the phone right now with Antonio Daniels, NBA champion, Sirius XM NBA radio, Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. Now, looking at the Pistons and the anonymous player from the Cleveland Cavaliers that said they're not on our level, they can't play with us, they're not in mi clase. How do you feel about this Cleveland Cavaliers team coming together now with the beard, with Donovan Mitchell, and them making a push if it might not be the Pistons that are going to be the kings of the East?
With the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm in a, man, they got to show me. I'm in the they got to show me phase. They have to. Because I know how good they can look in the regular season.
Right.
And I say that to say this. I know how good James Harden has looked for many years in the regular season.
And then comes the postseason, right?
Exactly. And as we know, when you're talking about teams that have the potential and ability to reach the conference finals or the NBA finals, this is a team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, like some of these other teams, like Oklahoma City, like the Knicks, like the Pistons. They're going to be judged by the postseason, plain and simple. Because if you have a great regular season, you get eliminated first round, it's an unsuccessful season. If you have a subpar regular season and advance to the conference finals, it's a successful season. So with the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. They're going to have to show me from the second week of April moving on.
I hear you. I know they're 8-1 so far with James Harden, but we've seen that movie before. Let's finish here, Antonio, with the controversy in the association. Magic City night, Magic City Monday, coming up on the 16th in Atlanta, the Magic against the Hawks. We, of course, here on The Odd Couple we call our show Magic City Monday after the famed strip club there. One of the Spurs players pushed back, said the NBA should be ashamed of themselves by doing this. Where are you on this? Is this a big controversy to you?
I don't think it's a big controversy, but I also think that Luke Cornett has a right. He has a right to voice his opinion. He has a right to voice his opinion. He has a right. Everybody doesn't live by the same morals and values. So what's okay to someone isn't okay to somebody else. As far as, just living is concerned.
I agree with that, but here's my pushback is you don't have to participate. You don't have to go. Like people wanted for years to the rap music. We want to outlaw it. We want to destroy the rap. I've heard that forever. If you're not interested in that gangster rap and all that cursing and all that, don't listen to it. Don't buy it. And the same
Here's the thing, though, Rob.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, Rob. Like, you don't have to listen to it or buy it to have an opinion on it.
No, I didn't say that, but the
Right,
idea
I'm talking about with Lou Cornett.
Yeah, he's talking about canceling it. He could denounce it. Cancel it. Why? Because that's the way you live your life. I'm going to say here and say whether you entertain strip clubs or not, it's a legitimate business. They pay taxes. It's not against the law. Why are we okay with gambling? Did he come out against gambling?
Against the law, though. But the thing is, he's not saying it against the law. He's just saying that, like, from the way that he feels, this isn't in my moral code, and that's okay. That's all right, because some people don't gamble. Some people don't do strip.
All right.
I hear you.
Antonio, I appreciate it, my man. As always, we appreciate you for your knowledge. Antonio Daniels, of course, Sirius XM, NBA Radio, and, of course, here, Fox Sports Radio, NBA analyst. Thank you, my man.
For sure, fellas. Have a blessed night, man.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
All right, coming up next, one's got to go. Can't wait. You'll love this game, Antonio. One's got to go here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. And you know what you need to do, Alex.
What's that?
Stick and stay.
To hope that you even get half as many jobs as Antonio Daniels in the U.S. of A.
I wish.
Draymond had some stuff to say about a former teammate of his, which was Kevin Durant. Break
That's
it down
right.
for us.
KD's alleged burner accounts were all the rage this week coming out of All-Star break. Quick recap, some of the things that he allegedly said, called Russell Westbrook a triple-double cocaine bear, compared Devin Booker and Frank Vogel to Stalin and Hitler. And the most damning quotes were about
a little crazy.
His alleged current teammate, Jabari Smith Jr., a low-key, rudimentary individual. And Alperen Şengün cannot shoot or defend. So Draymond Green weighed in on this whole situation on his own podcast, dropped today. Take a listen.
I personally would address it publicly if it's a public thing and it's taken on the life that it's taken. But to each his own. But I'll tell you what, if it is, I don't know how you walk back into practice. Walking back into practice after the break, almost you walk into the locker room, it probably feel like a Key and Peele sketch. A little awkward, like, what do you do? What's up, bro? I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, these are alleged. It's alleged to be KD's burner account. Maybe one day we'll know the truth. Maybe we already know the truth.
Draymond kills me. How do you walk back in the locker room after you sucker punch one of your teammates?
I'm sitting here. You knew that's where I was
Can you imagine? Can you imagine this guy's on a burner thing and you gonna sit there, you sucker punched like a guy
hard
who you were a mentor to, a younger guy in the league that you did that to, a teammate, and how did you look at your other teammates in the face and the other young guys?
Dude,
guys kill me, man. Where's the pushback on that podcast? Guys, I'm going to tell you, I don't care. Gray beard, no gray beard. Stop listening to those podcasts. Stop. Unless they put somebody on there that's going to push back. And call Draymond out and say,
Dude.
How did you, Draymond, you saying that, how did you go back in the locker room after you sucker punched?
Do you want to go down the list of stuff?
Yeah.
How did you, when you walked away from your team during the game, you went to the locker room and didn't come back?
How did you do that when you told the guy who won back-to-back Finals MVPs that you don't need him and he's the B word on national television? How did you walk back in the locker room with that after that?
Dude.
Come on, man. These guys are phonies.
I'm blown away at
ridiculous.
that. I'm blown away at that because, again, it wasn't like a little scrum and it was an NBA punch to Jordan Poole.
No.
You know what I mean? Like all right, back up off.
It was practice.
You practice and you Hadouken. You sucker punched the mess out of him. 5 inches shorter and probably 50 pounds lighter and 12 years younger or whatever.
Right.
Man, you got to relax on this. First of all, it's alleged. Secondly, if it was true, I think this, Rob, KD has been known. We know he loves Twitter. He put out there, I'm on Threads with a burner account, find me. We know he does these things. I think, actually, if it were to be true, it makes him look stupid and juvenile, and that his teammates actually will be like, ain't nobody thinking about him. Like, I'm out here to win. Let's go win. And that was stupid. That was juvenile. Meaning you can just kind of be like, I don't got to rock with him, but I'm going to try to win these games with him. And that's the difference between that and sucker punching somebody.
No,
like that. That's completely different. I don't have to like that he said it, and we can have a little moment. Hey, man, I will, watch how you talking about me, bro. And then we can get by. All right, man, I was just wilding. Okay, I was on the burner. I was having fun. All right, whatever. And you can move past that. I'm not saying you're besties, but the idea that, like, that's the worst thing ever on an alleged burner account where he didn't even say it with his chest. If he did, he put it on a burner account versus you sucker punching, versus you leaving the bench and not coming back, versus you cussing Katie out and other players out. I just find that you talk about the pot calling the kettle black?
I know. It's mind-boggling, and he says it with so much conviction. And I don't know how you can go back. I don't know how you could go back in the locker room and face your teammate. Really,
dude? I'm not saying this is not optimal,
really?
But
okay.
Somebody saying Şengün can't shoot. What was it, Raji? He can't shoot and can't defend. Okay. Obviously, he said something disparaging about Swift. What's his name again? I'm looking at him right now as they're playing the Rockets.
Jabari
Smith Jr. He called him a word we cannot say, but like, to me, it's more of an indictment on him versus them. Like, you know what I mean? How juvenile are you that you're spending your time on a burner account putting out stupid things about your teammates? That makes you look bad, in my opinion, or I wouldn't be so flabbergasted that I can never be around you again. It's just, I would look at KD to like, man, you ain't grew up yet? You ain't had enough yet? Man, anyway, check the ball. Let's go. Let's play. Like, that's how I would view. I'm not going to be like, I can't be in the locker room with this guy because he didn't. To me, Rob, you and I sit here every day for hours. You've shared some things with me. I've shared some things with you, family things and all. If you were on account, Kelvin's family member X is blah, 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 blah. You know what? He had to go see a therapist or something because that would hurt me. I sat here, I chopped it up with you trust.
Right.
If you just said, boy, Kelvin sure can't pronounce Monty's last name, I'd be like, all right, like.
It's a Worship Wednesday here on the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington. He's got a few days off. Keith will be joining us again tomorrow night. We appreciate him stepping in. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. That's right, ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installations where they come to you. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. It is now time for One's Gotta Go.
Hard decisions. So five's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? Five's an uneven number. Figure it out.
Hear me out. One gotta go.
One's Gotta Go, the segment where we settle the score once and for all. We got 5 things. One of them's got to go, not to be mentioned again. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Busch Stadium, home of the St. Louis Cardinals, have announced special tickets.
I want to go to Busch
for upcoming home games, allowing fans to eat all they want in the Coca-Cola Unlimited all-you-can-eat tickets.
I love Busch.
The seats are located in an area called Big Mac Land. I love the fatness coming out of St. Louis.
Alex, I'm all about Busch.
Okay.
I got 5.
I'm talking about Busch Stadium.
Oh, yeah, I know you are. I know you are.
Ballpark foods. One of them's got to go. Can't do it. Here we go.
But it's $29, right? All you can eat.
It's not bad. I mean,
it's not bad at all.
Dodger Stadium does that too.
Not anymore.
I'll take all the lamb
You
chops.
used to do it at the pavilions.
Yeah, $29, all you can eat. That's not bad. All right, what
Thanks
we got?
a lot, Otani. All right, here we go. Here are the foods. Hot dogs.
Okay.
Nachos. Popcorn. Fries and peanuts. These are all, by the way, in the all-you-can-eat section for Busch Stadium. Rob Parker, one's got to go.
You want me to go first?
This is easy, Rob. Go.
This is easy. No peanuts. I know. Take me out to the ball game, a hot dog, peanuts, and Cracker Jacks. I'll go without the peanuts. I'm good on the peanuts. Enough salt.
Keith, you're a baseball guy.
That's right. You go
One's
to the ballpark.
gotta go.
I'm in the city. I'm in New York. Hot dogs got to go. No
Hot
glizzies.
dogs?
You
What?
can't be a glizzy gobbler.
I had a
If you're
glizzy in my mouth.
If you're caught on camera at the stadium eating a glizzy, no.
Why you got to do that to me,
Rob
Alex?
loves the glizzies. What? It's a drop. Rob, I'm with you. No peanuts here, baby.
Right?
Too much mess. I don't want to have to put on my hands and all that all the time. It's
All
just
the
constant
salt
eating.
and all of
No. I'd rather have French fries, something else. Peanuts? We can afford something better here, okay?
Yes.
It's all you can eat.
I think the answer is peanuts. But
Yes, sir.
I will tell you, like, if somebody has, I'm never getting peanuts at the ballpark. I'm eating everything else. But if someone has peanuts, I thoroughly enjoy them. So I just feel hypocritical, but I think it's peanuts.
I know. Rob G, where are
This
you?
is like a split because everyone knows this is a glizzy-free zone here on the
Wait a
Odd
minute.
Couple.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I had
Yes,
a
it
glizzy
is.
in my
Unless
mouth.
we're talking about Costco where it's $1.50 and you get a drink with it.
You don't get a glizzy when you go
Hell
to Costco.
no. Well, when I go to Costco, that's different because it's such a good deal. You're like,
Right.
you might as well do it. But I'm not going to pay, even with the all-you-can-eat, it's like $30 a ticket.
Oh,
whatever.
come on.
It equates to like $4 a glizzy. We ain't
a lot
doing
of
that.
glizzies.
But you could have more glizzies.
There you
so it'd
go.
be less
There
then.
never can be too many
Or Rob
glizzies.
G, you could have 2 glizzies in your mouth at the same time.
You could. One in each hand and then another one in your mouth. You could do that too, Rob.
There's
Rob.
nothing like making yourself laugh, which is like what Rob
Double
does.
fisting, Rob. I respect
See,
that.
Keith gets it. He knows. Double fisting glizzies is wild.
We've said glizzy way too much on this show.
Keith is like,
Welcome.
this is my last time on the show. Time out.
No votes for nachos, popcorn, and fries. Is
Those
kinda
can stay.
surprising.
Love those.
Yeah. So, Rob G, unbelievable.
I mean, you want to hear the rest of the food that's in there? This is a pretty good deal.
But this is a good deal. I
get-
think teams should do this.
Unlimited soft drinks, no beer, obviously.
But if you go to Dodger Stadium, a Diet Coke is $10. So
Yep.
imagine if you paid
That's why we pregame.
$29, right?
That's why we
That's why we
pregame. Chicken tenders, brats,
Brats.
Brats.
kettle chips,
Which is just a
and
bigger
ice
glizzy.
cream, which is just a bigger glizzy. That's what it is. It is a good deal. $29,
It's
all
a
you
great
can eat
deal. A great deal.
until the 8th inning. So you better hope it's not a pitcher's duel. Like it better be an offensive explosion.
They've been struggling to get people into Busch Stadium, so they don't care who's pitching. This is going to work, though. The Fat Boys are coming to clean them out.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to work.
No, it is going to work. And it makes sense. You don't want to price it out. You actually want to sell on volume because if the prices are too high, a lot of people just will go without. You know what I mean? They'll best be like, I'm not buying a $10 soda on principle.
Hell yeah.
They just won't do it. So, it's amazing. One thing I love about Yankee Stadium, they got 3 different hot dogs there.
Do
Keith,
they?
come on, you know that. You
What
never
are
had
they,
a.
Rob?
I don't partake.
You don't have hot dogs at all.
Rob likes the different
Never,
size glizzy.
never have I ever bought a hot
It's for the
dog or
mood.
ate a hot dog in Yankee Stadium.
What are you
I'm in
talking about?
I'm in the bodega. I'm at El Pollo Sabroso. You can bring food in at the Bronx. I'm at the Dominican spot with a plastic bag and a brown paper bag bringing in rice and beans. I'm not doing all that.
All right. Hour number 3 on the Odd Couples coming up. Glizzy free, I promise.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys. Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game? That game was incredible. You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate,
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
The New York Knicks were down 10, but not anymore.
Brunson brings it right-hand side, fires a three, front rim, and it falls in, and we're tied at 72.
Okay. All right, here we go.
You just heard on the Knicks radio network. New York has actually taken the lead. They are up 80-77 after three quarters. Karl Anthony Towns leading the way with a double-double, 15 points and 12 rebounds. The Hornets leading the Celtics in Boston 80-58. They're halfway through the third quarter, and the Hornets have won 5 in a row. Early in the third quarter, the Jazz lead the 76ers 58-55. Halfway through the second quarter, it's the Grizzlies up on the Trailblazers 46-45. In men's college hoops, coming down to the final 2 minutes, where number 22 Miami is up on SMU 68-60. In the NHL, after 2 periods, the Red Wings lead the Golden Knights 3-1. Maple Leafs and the Devils are tied at 2. Amancio Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy. Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 here on the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, Fox Sports Radio, and with the iHeart Radio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. That's right. Catch us in all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart Radio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day, and be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app so that it will always pop up at the top of your screen. Man, a lot to get to on this Worship Wednesday. Russell Dorsey, of course, MLB Network analyst and an insider, my buddy. He'll join us in about 28 minutes, talk some baseball. The World Baseball Classic coming up. Also, we have Last Call in case you didn't get in. And if you're just tuning into the show, it's been great. Keith McPherson from WFAN in New York, filling in for Kelvin Washington, who's off for a few days. And Keith, I know it's a little different. When you're doing your show, you're usually doing 5 hours by yourself. What's this feel like a little bit here on Fox Sports Radio?
This is completely different. This feels like a different sport. This feels like, this feels like I don't know, a different world. It's fun. It's cool. The structure is completely different. And obviously, not having to fill all 5 hours of my show, and even doing a 3-hour show, it's just you. And it's different, but I like it. I text you. I'm like, I appreciate the opportunity because it's good to see a different side and get different reps. Shout out to your team, guys helping me out, the producers, Rob. I don't know. I'm
Alex,
enjoying it because
yep.
it's different. I appreciate the opportunity to play a different sport. Play a little different game.
No doubt about it. Glad to have you. And again, you know this, and I've said this to you off the air personally, even before this opportunity came up. I think you're super talented, and we need young voices like you in radio. So this, to me, seemed like a natural once Kelvin was going to have a couple days off. So glad to have you. You'll be back tomorrow for people wondering. So there you go. But let's go here. Solemn news today in the college football world, Rob G. Lou Holtz passed away. Was he 89?
89 years old.
89 years. That's a long life. But whenever you have a long life, there's a situation where, the longer you live, the more things can happen, controversies, things that fill out your life and make it complicated, Rob G.
That is very much true. They're going to say the same thing about Rob Parker in a couple of years. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, Lou Holtz, best known for, leading Notre Dame to an undefeated season in the 80s, national championship team. Third winningest coach in Notre Dame football history. And Notre Dame is, one of the all-time great programs in college football history. But as you mentioned, he also is not without controversy. There were allegations of steroid use during some of his programs, allegations of physical abuse with players. There was, in his post-playing career, as revered and as much people enjoyed him on television as an analyst, he was a character. He was very funny, very entertaining. He also liked to step into the political and social ring very often. He called immigrants an invasion of America. He ripped Colin Kaepernick for kneeling during the anthem. He supported a politician who was against the civil rights movement. So there was a very, as you mentioned, complicated history when it comes to Lou Holtz.
And I'm going to say this. Just going to keep it real with you. I can't look past the stuff that Rob G just mentioned later in his life and just say, well, I'm just going to recognize him as this football coach who was undefeated, took Notre Dame to a national championship. I can't. I can't. When I look at your life, I look at everything. And I'm not here to just point it. It's not one thing. Some of the stuff that went on was just mind-boggling to me, especially for a guy who made a living working off the backs of some black athletes and minorities and whatnot. It really is troublesome, some of the stuff that Lou Holtz was saying later on in his career. We see this happen a lot, Keith, where guys have this life, they're one way, when they're coaching or in some other circumstance. They retire, get older, and they feel like they can do and say whatever they want, which is their right. But it's also my right to look at a person when I'm looking at their whole life, and I'm never, ever, because I don't think anybody else gets treated that way, where you can just pick out the good parts. And when I thought of Lou Holtz today, it wasn't about him being a coach at Notre Dame. It wasn't about him being a witty analyst on television. It wasn't any of that. It was the later stuff that really bothered me about him and questioned how that guy coached football and coached such a diverse staff and, and players and whatnot. I'm always amazed that people have those kind of thoughts when they work hand in hand with people who don't look like them. So today was one of those days. I'm not here to rain on his, death or anything, but I'm just saying I think that you have to look at people in totality, and the way you go out is often the times the way people look at you or they remember you. So that's why you talk about legacy and what people think. For today, Lou Holtz, I could not think of him as the football coach. It was the last stuff that really bothered me about Lou Holtz.
And that's okay, because that's his doing, and it's not like you're kicking dirt on his grave, because you're not alone. And I'll say this: I immediately thought of Hulk Hogan, right? Because when Hulk Hogan passed, I saw the internet's reaction to that, and a lot of black folks spoke up to say, "Hey, like, no R.I.P. to him, no well wishes to him. We're not celebrating his, like, remember what he said and what he did." Now, I think you have to be a man of a certain age to really know Lou Holtz. I just remember him as College Game Day and just being, like a dadgummit old ball coach and like a real football guy and an old guy. But being old also isn't an excuse for any racism. Being old also isn't an excuse for any type of discrimination, especially like Rob said, when you were coaching and benefiting off of the backs of black players. So we're in an era now with social media where everybody has a platform, and when anybody goes, it breaks first on social media, and the good can be put out there, but if there was bad and people remember the bad, people don't forget that's going to be right next to it.
There's no doubt about it. And it's complicated, and we said it. His life was complicated because in the beginning there was a lot of good. There was a lot of good, and I'm with you. Just because you get older, we've seen it. It happens so many times where people go out and you just go, why is this why would you, after all this? But is it, I don't know, Keith, is it that that's really where they were the whole time, and then now they just feel like they're bulletproof? I could do whatever I want. I could say whatever I want. Nobody can do anything to me. You know what I mean? I'm an old man. What are you going to do to me? You can't fire me. You can't reprimand me. I'm going to say what I want. And maybe this is the way he thought the whole way through, but he needed people. He needed the minorities and the black people in order to win football games and to win a national championship and whatnot. It's really
not for nothing. You made me. I said Hulk Hogan. You talking about Lou Holtz in that manner made me think of the President of the United States. He's up there in age, and he's just a certain kind of way. You can't change him. He's shown who he is time after time, and it is what it is. But it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
And I think the Hulk Hogan one is a lot of people, and you know this, were big Hulk Hogan fans, and that stuff sticks with you.
Yeah.
And we do what. I guess, Rob G, I'll get you here on this. Just your thoughts. What did you think of first? Because that's what I really want to find out when we talk to our couple listeners, is what was your first reaction? Obviously, it's sad he passed away, but did you think of Notre Dame? Did you think of TV and analysts? Did you think of the racist and controversial and stuff that went on at the end of his life? What was the first thing that you thought of? Because for me, it wasn't about him being a coach at Notre Dame. I got to admit.
No, I didn't think of Notre Dame either. As the first thing I thought of was him on television, because that's how I grew up, was watching him on television. And was he on Game Day or their version of Game Day at the time on ESPN?
I think that's what he was on.
And he was like a character. Like he was just a guy who was kind of funny and an older dude, and they really leaned into the bit. And then even more recently, I didn't even mention this on the intro, his beef with Ryan Day. Like Ryan Day was winning national championship at Ohio State, and Lou Holtz is taking shots at him through the media.
About that.
And it's like that's how I remembered him. And it wasn't until
you wondered about that, like,
Right.
like really, like why would you another coach? It just seemed weird, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so it was just interesting that once he passed, and it's really telling depending which websites you go to, like what they're willing to discuss. Like if you read the ESPN one, it's exceptionally high standards, legendary coach at Notre Dame.
Do they mention any controversies?
And you don't really see anything talking about the other stuff. And then you go to like
leave that out conveniently.
You go to USA Today and it's something different. You go to Newsweek and because maybe ESPN, their relationship with him and his family is probably part of it. And also
that never should be when they tell your story. They tell your entire story. And it doesn't mean that you lead with it. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I'm not saying you lead with it, but to only write positive about somebody or leave out.
So in the ESPN article, and this is a couple thousand words, it's buried somewhere like 80% in.
Yep.
This is all it says. I'm going to read it to you verbatim. Holtz went 60-21-2 in 7 seasons at Arkansas, but he resigned in 1983 after coming under fire for filming 2 television commercials in his office endorsing conservative North Carolina Senator Jesse Helms. They became friends while Holtz was coaching at NC State. Still, his success in Notre Dame is what all his predecessors lived up to.
That's unbelievable. Like that's whitewashing it, like his life. Because there's way more. You even talked about the immigration and what he said about immigrants and whatnot.
Called it an invasion.
An invasion. Is that right? I thought everybody came from somewhere else in this country.
Yeah, this is the land of the free. This is supposed to be where everyone
I don't
is
know.
joining the melting pot.
I just think there's nothing wrong with looking at someone's entire life, even in death. There's no way you can leave out. I'm not saying you got to trash the guy and write and people do it. I've seen it. I saw Jesse Jackson's, when he passed away on one of these networks, the guy called him, this is on the day he died, a race pimp. That was that. Can you imagine? Like, seriously, like everything he's done, that was the thing that he led with, but nobody would dare do that to Lou Holtz and what he said and the stories that you read. I'm just saying today was not the day I thought of Notre Dame football. I thought of Lou Holtz, the controversial, conservative guy who really seemed like a different person to me. That's what I felt like, and I didn't think about football. I thought about everything other than football when it came to Lou Holtz. All right, 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. What's Lou Holtz's legacy to you? Your individual, what did you think of? When you think of him, do you think of the football, Notre Dame, the national championship, the undefeated team, the funny old guy on television, or the controversies that followed him in his career? What do you think of? 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. It is the Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. We want to hear from you, but first, stick and stay.
To find out how you really feel in the US of A.
Yesterday, we were on our way, but November came. Man, I wish it was yesterday.
All right, let's get here. Can we just start?
Let's do it.
Lakers lost again.
They did.
And you know what? I know people, it's the same old story, right? Their defense, they can't stop anybody. And I'm here.
You are.
And I think it's pretty obvious. J.J. Redick is not the coach that people thought he was. When he first came, remember they were winning, and they were talking about he's the next Pat Riley, and he is going to be coach of the year. You remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
And where are they now? And then there'll be the people who say, It ain't his fault. It's the roster. They don't have the pieces parts. And you know what? I'm not buying it.
Why not?
I'm going to change that baby because J.J. Redick should be fired as coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And here's the reason why. Last year when they got Luka, everybody and their uncle, Kelvin, tell me I'm lying. Oh, I wouldn't count out LeBron and Luka. Oh, those two? Are you kidding? I don't want to see them. Got knocked out in first round. This year, Luka came in better shape. They got off to a good start when LeBron wasn't there. And now look where they are. They lost last night to the Suns. Injury-depleted Suns. Injury-depleted Suns last night. Dude, and my only point to you, this is why he should be fired. Is their roster flawed? Yes. They don't play hard enough for him. They don't have enough respect for J.J. Redick to even try defensively. I don't expect them to be in the top 20 individually defensively. I just didn't expect this, where everybody knows what their weakness is, and night after night after night, Kelvin, they don't try. They don't try hard enough. That comes out. You know, defense is about desire, hustle, and hard work. They haven't done it.
You know how you do. So welcome back. It's good to have you back yesterday because I ain't heard nothing crazy in this week. Now I needed something crazy. J.J. Redick does not need to be fired, but I understand what you're saying. They don't have that to them. As we're getting ready to watch a team right now, you got the Pistons on as an example of a team that just have that like dog in them. We're going to fight. Now, that's why I believe really this hot seat is for Rob Pelinka. Really, if I'm new ownership, the person I'm looking at right now is Rob Pelinka. Because, number one, you won a championship back in 2020 when you had Clutch Sports running things with LeBron. They go get AD. They move some pieces. You got a bunch of Clutch Sports guy, KCP, and so on and so forth. You win that championship. What do? We got an identity. We got Frank Vogel, who's a defensive-minded coach. Let's get rid of Frank after the next year. Let's get rid of all the players that make sense for what Frank Vogel does. So let's get rid of all the ingredients to make tacos and bring in some ingredients to make meatloaf. It doesn't make sense. And they get rid of him, and they've been ever since. They've been, first round exit or get to the second round, lose to Denver. That's what they've been since. You get Luka last year. You know what Luka is. Luka is deficient defensively. Luka is not what you're referring to, going to play hard. Luka's going to complain to the refs. Luka's going to do all of that. Well, then you have to surround him with guys who can make up for those deficiencies, and they haven't. And they run out the same roster. They get a bunch of other guys who don't. You bring in guys who can who can shoot, but they can't defend. You can bring in other guys who won't dive on the floor. You bring in other guys who won't bring that extra grit. And I was telling Brandon here. So
according to you, then J.J. Redick should never be fired.
No, he can be fired.
Well,
I'm going to tell you why.
What would it take you?
I'm going to tell you why. This season, to me, is the last hurrah of LeBron. So I think that the ownership is even in the back of the head going, all of y'all, J.J., Rob Pelinka, and you, even Luka, everybody, we're going to try. We're going to do the best we can. But ultimately, we know this is the last season.
Doesn't play it's not just LeBron.
But what I'm saying is, you're right. Your roster. So this roster is not a defensive-driven. The best, at least attempt is Marcus Smart, but he's a little long in the tooth. So to me, Rob Pelinka does not have the pieces, the ingredients to make the meal that they're trying to make. And I think for them, this is the last hurrah with LeBron. And now that everybody's on the clock as we start next season, I think that's how they view it. Because everybody, Rob Pelinka, you better build around Luka. Do what you got to do. 50-something million off the book when LeBron is gone. Luka, you say you want to be the franchise leader? Show us. There's no more excuses now. And last point, we saw it last night on the shot that won for Phoenix. Luka's guarding the ball. They knew. Let's attack Luka.
It is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington here on the Odd Couple. Check out our brand new YouTube channel. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Give us that Knicks thumbs up icon. Hit that. Do it! And comment away. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget Russell Dorsey from MLB Network, analyst and, of course, an insider. He'll be joining us in about 7 or 8 minutes. Last call as well. But we're talking about Lou Holtz. And, no one's going to sit here, Keith, and just act like everything was great and he was just a ball coach and that was it. He left a very complicated legacy, some that people don't like and some people like. So we want to hear from you. Where are you on Lou Holtz? Michael in Florida, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Michael? How are you?
Good evening, guys. Hey, good topic here. You just brought it up. Go back early. The guy supported Jesse Helms. And for our younger listeners who don't remember what his platform was, have them look it up.
Exactly.
Right,
and if you were black, Jesse Helms was not your friend.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll go back, even his career. He was a good college game. Remember, he had the bad year with the Jets, right? 3-10 or something.
And he wound up quitting, yep.
Yeah, and then you had the Notre Dame-Miami game where the ref had ripped off Miami. I think he wouldn't even have got that national championship. But going back to, like I say, his character, it's just a judge of character. I mean, how can you coach young men like that and then ride them to your success and then go and – anyway, yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Rest in peace to a point. Unfortunately, he was a misguided soul. And love that you guys brought this topic up.
You know what, Michael? We're never afraid to talk about what's going on. You know that.
Well, I like your show, my brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Michael. Daniel in Alabama, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Daniel? How are you?
What's up, Rob? I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing great.
Hey, man, I just want to say I'm a little disgusted, honestly. You guys, you've said a few times that, you're not looking to dance on the guy's grave, and you're not saying that articles don't need to that they need to lead with dancing on the guy's grave or talking trash about him and all this stuff. You guys just spent an entire segment doing nothing but crapping on the guy.
No. We gave the whole
when he
story.
died
We gave
today.
we gave the whole story.
Today.
That's why they write obituaries.
You're
Daniel,
not giving a whole story.
that's why they write obituaries. Did we mention him that he won a national championship? That he was 12-0? We gave you his record. We gave you that he was a great TV analyst who was fun. We talked about the whole story. What are you talking about? Go ahead, Daniel. I'm listening.
So the positives are just on the field, right? But you got nothing positive to say about him as a person. It's just you're only going to point out negative things. And by the way, y'all are talking about, you're throwing around terms like racism and stuff like that. It's not controversial to be conservative. I hate to tell you guys.
Oh,
that.
It's okay. There you go.
Racism and conservative in the same box.
It's not controversial to be
same
conservative.
thing.
It's not about just being conservative. What did he call immigrants? He called immigrants an invasion. He called an invasion. He coached black football players, and he's with in the Jesse Helms call. What?
Imagine what we didn't know. Imagine what we never heard.
Thank you, Daniel. We let you on. You know why? Because we wanted to hear your opinion, and it's fine.
Somebody's going to come with
it.
We did. You told us that we didn't say anything positive, and I told you that's not true. We mentioned his entire career. I know what we said.
You're going to hear
I know what we said.
Of positive things, and then an entire segment of shitting on the guy.
877-99 on Fox. That's all right. We love to have different points of view. We don't agree. It's okay.
I'm a younger guy, right? I said I don't really know all that he said out there, but we are brothers, right? So what side of the fence do you think we'll lean on? We're part of the people that he disrespected, the people that he benefited from but then maligned, the people that he said stuff again. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously we'll talk about him being a Notre Dame head coach, a South Carolina. Even I knew him from TV where he was just old ball coach.
Right. Rob G.
But you cannot omit the negative. If it made news back then, it is part of the news today. Even though he passed, you cannot leave it out.
Not if you're going to do an obituary and talk about his life. Rob G. has
and this is just to respond to the callers. There's obviously nothing wrong with being conservative. Chris Broussard is famously conservative. He was on this show for 5 years, right?
Thank you. 6 years.
The guy, 6 years. Rest in peace, Chris Broussard. Jesse Helms, the guy that Lou Holtz endorsed as a politician, opposed civil rights, disability rights, feminism, gay rights, affirmative action, and opposed the idea of making MLK Day a holiday.
Thank you. That's the football coach who had a black football team.
You got to tell all the information.
That's all. 877-99 on Fox. Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tim?
Hey, what's up, guys? Well, you know, Rob, I'm from North Carolina. I grew up in the Jesse Helms era. I'll tell you a story once. The U.S. senator, the first black female senator from California, Tara Moses Brown, said when she first got to Washington, she was on the elevator. Jesse Helms stood behind her and started whistling Dixie. So that was the type of man that he was.
Right.
Being from North Carolina, having grown up with him, some people still never have forgotten Michael Jordan, how he did not endorse Harvey Gantt, who could have been the first black senator from the state of North Carolina, because he chose to say Republicans wear shoes. And it was like, it was not about that, Michael. It's about you, you know. And he still has not been forgiven in a lot of areas. But I also say this, too, about Lou Holtz. And this Bobby Bowden is another one who made his living off a lot of African-American players. And some of the things he said after he finished coaching football, I just say, would you have said that when you really needed these African-American young men to play? Would you went into those homes and told those grandmothers and those mothers and fathers, would you have said that then? No, you would not have, because those kids would not have been playing at those schools. The other guy from Alabama who's not a senator, he's another one. You didn't say these things because I know good and well that those parents would not have sent their players to play for that. So let's not get it twisted. You took advantage, like the chief said, you needed these players to play. You needed them because that's how, when Alabama didn't start taking black football players until they got beat by USC.
Yep.
The speed and everything. So let's keep it real. I know people want to whitewash the history of this country, but it's here to stay. And Lou Holtz and Bobby Bowden and all those, yeah, they were great coaches, but, you know, they made those things, they made those comments when they left football, and it's a part of their story. And that's just the way it is.
A part of the story. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. And that's all we're talking about. It's not the entire story, but it's a part of the story, and we refuse to act like it didn't happen, because it did happen. All right, let's get you caught up. Monty Bolaños is here with a update. How are you, Monty?
I am well, guys. Let's check in on the NBA here because it's
Monty
been back.
said it's too hot.
It is.
It's too hot here on the Odd Couple.
And it's also hot at Madison Square Garden. There's a lot of tension going on there between the Thunder and the Knicks.
Got a barn burner right now.
Yes, we do. It has been back and forth between the two. OKC is up 96-91. There's less than 4 minutes to go. Chet Holmgren, he's got 26 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 17 points and 17 rebounds. He also has 5 fouls, and so does Landry Shamet for New York. When it comes to the Hornets and the Celtics, Charlotte is still up 99-77, and they're in Boston. This has been the entire game. They're about halfway through the fourth quarter. Charlotte has won 5 in a row, or halfway through the fourth quarter as well between the Jazz and the 76ers. Utah up there 92-90 early in the third quarter, where the Trailblazers are up on the Grizzlies 63-61. When it comes to men's college hoops at halftime, number 15 Purdue is losing to Northwestern 34-25, and halfway through the first half, Baylor is up on number 7 Houston 19-11. When it comes to the NHL, with 5 minutes to go in the third period, the Red Wings lead the Golden Knights 3-2, and down to the final 30 seconds of regulation in the third period between the Maple Leafs and the Devils, and they are tied at 3. Today in the NFL, the Chiefs traded All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 4 draft picks, including a first-rounder. AFC champion New England Patriots are releasing 4-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Stephon Diggs. The Steelers are releasing tight end Jonnu Smith, saving $7 million in salary cap space. The Cowboys restructured the contracts of quarterback Dak Prescott, wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith in order to get under the salary cap, while ESPN reports that the Vikings are expected to release defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Monty. Have a great night. We appreciate it.
You too. Thank you, Chris Broussard.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. Got a few days off. Keith filling in. And now one of my favorite people. Love seeing him at the ballpark. He does a great job for MLB Network, and he's an insider. Russell Dorsey, say hello to Keith McPherson. How are you, Russ?
What up, guys? How we doing?
Russ, what up, bro? It's been a minute, bro. The three of us are like three of the only brothers to be on MLB Network that never played in the show, that never went pro.
Listen, it's that is an honor in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like when you have the brothers on the network and you didn't lace them up, that means you're doing something right.
That is
rare air.
No doubt about it. Let's start with the WBC, which has been a good find for Major League Baseball. Numbers are good, crowds, people are into it. Is this Japan, the United States, Dominican Republic? What are we looking at here? Is this Japan's to lose, or can the United States win this?
Look, I think the team that I'm looking at and saying if they don't make it to at least the WBC final, it's a disappointment. It's the Dominican Republic. And I think when you look at their lineup, it is as star-studded as any. Like
They beat the Tigers like a drum last night in the exhibition.
You know what I mean? I know people look at that Team USA and say, oh, my God, they got Judge, you got Cal Raleigh, Kyle Schwarber, Bobby Wood Jr. I get it. But that Dominican Republic lineup, if they play like they expect to play, that's going to be a tough out, regardless of if it's Japan or Team USA that has to go through them. That's the team to me that I look at and I say this team has the most pressure of any team in the field, including Japan that's coming off a 2023 victory, including Team USA that lost to Japan in the final. I think the Dominican Republic, there's so much pressure on them just because from a watching standpoint, as a country, it's a big deal over there. Like I have Dominican friends, and they tell me how their families watch WBC when it comes around every 4 years. Like it's a thing, and they had a bad showing in 2023, and they're looking to avenge that this time.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Big Papi calling them out saying they weren't ready to go, and they look ready to go now. They're vibing. But when I look at the Dominican team, obviously they're stacked. Lineup is stacked. Will they have the pitching this year? Because the pitching is so important. The pitching is what I think loses games. Like, the United States didn't have enough pitching. This year, like Tarek Skubal will only pitch 55 pitches in one game. Do you think that the Dominican this year has enough pitching to get them through?
Yeah, like I think that's the biggest concern I have with the United States is that they have – you look at on paper, right? You have Tarek Skubal, you have Paul Skeens, you have Nolan Klein. Like, you have dudes. But if Skubal, who to me is the best pitcher in the world, is only going to pitch one game, I don't know if you necessarily have enough to get there. But for me, the Dominican Republic, you have Sandy Alcantara, right? You have him as being, the guy in that rotation. Brian Bale, you still have Luis Severino. Like, you have legitimate starters. Christopher Sanchez is going to be the ace of that staff, and he was one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball last year. I think the Dominican Republic, because I think some of their guys are going to be able to go longer in some of these games, even though it's still spring training. Guys don't want to go too long. I think that is going to be the reason that I might take them over a team like Team USA.
Our guest is Russell Dorsey, of course, MLB Network, analyst and insider. Russ, let me go here. You just mentioned Skubal. Will he be traded at the trade deadline? Because if I'm the Tigers, I don't know what they're doing. You just talked about it. You said the best pitcher on the planet, or at least one of them. They probably should just sign the guy. They went to arbitration, took a bloodbath in that. Does he get traded if the Tigers are out of it midway through the season?
Here's the thing, Rob. Like, the good people of Detroit, just like I do. I got a lot of family up there. And the thing they always say is they want Tarek Skubal in Detroit wearing the old English D long term. And I think the Tigers would like that. But I think you've gotten yourself to the point where it's going to be very hard to do that without going to the offseason and free agency to do it. But I don't see it as him being traded anymore because now you're here, and now there's nobody else to beat in the American League Central. They are the team to beat, and they went and got Framber Valdez at the end of free agency.
But I looked at that as the backup plan. To me, like, in case we got to get rid of him, we'll have a frontline starter for 3 years. That's how I look
Sure,
at it.
you hedge if he leaves in free agency. But, Rob, if the Tigers aren't the best team in the American League Central, something went horribly wrong. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't win the AL Central this year. You think Cleveland's better than them? You think the Royals are better than them? I don't.
No, I get it, but it doesn't always work out like that in baseball. I hear you, and you would think that they'd have a good shot at doing that. I do want to ask you, go ahead, Keith. You got one? I got one. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll bring it back to the World Baseball Classic. Obviously, I'm a Yankees fan and a homer, and I think that this does mean something for Aaron Judge playing in this tournament as the captain, coming off a postseason where he actually did show up.
He batted
and silence some of
500.
his critics. He silenced a lot of critics, but at the same time, there's still people like, oh, he can't give a good hype speech. Like, they're critical of him again. So, Russ, do you think if he goes out there and performs well, people will get off his back a little bit again? And then if he wins something, then they can say he is a champion. I mean, it's not the Yankees, but if he wins something, they can't say he didn't win anything in his whole career.
Keith, you know how you lovely folks in New York are. You know that's not going to happen, right? They're going to say it didn't matter because it wasn't games that counted, and it wasn't for the Yankees. Like, it'll be cool to, like, I think for me, some of these moments in WBC, no, the games don't matter, but people are watching. The world is watching. Like when Shohei struck out Mike Trout to end the WBC in 2023, that was an elite baseball moment. And it was, to me, the coronation of Shohei as the best player in the world, taking the baton from Mike Trout, who was his teammate at the time. So, yeah, there are great moments that you can have, and sometimes that launches you into the season you're about to go into for a lot of guys. But, no, I think if Team USA is able to win the WBC and Aaron Judge is the MVP of the tournament, has a great showing, but the Yankees end up not winning the World Series this year, I don't think people are going to be able to say, the Yankees didn't win the World Series, but Aaron Judge is WBC.
No, hey Russ, I'm with you. Ain't no way that ain't gonna fly.
No way, no how, Rob.
You know it. Here's another one. No way, no how. The columnist for the New York Post, who had an issue with the Yankees retiring CeCe Sabathia's number, which I cannot understand. First of all, CeCe goes into the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Fame. How can you be a first ballot Hall of Fame and not have your number retired? He won a championship for the Yankees, right? He's in the 3,000 strikeout club. He won the ALCS MVP in 2009, the last time they won a World Series. Did that make sense to you?
No, it didn't. But I also know the columnist who wrote that.
Phil Mushnick. Like say his name. Phil Mushnick.
No, he will not. He will not get me to say his name on your lovely show. I won't even dignify him by saying his name. I think it's one of those things that in our business, you have a lot of reporters that do great work, a lot of columnists that do great work, and then you have a lot of people that stir things up, and this is one of those times where somebody stirs things up, and it makes it harder for those of us who are in the clubhouses every day, talking to people, really telling people what's going on. It's unfortunate, but anybody who watches baseball knows that CeCe is not only a first ballot Hall of Famer, but deserves to get his number retired in New York.
100%, and I'm not taking anything away from Paul O'Neill, who got his number retired, and I know he's a part of 4 World Series championships. But he's not in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame supersedes everything. I just like it's lunacy. I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah, but I think
Listen,
that same guy.
It's a multiplier, right? Like when you get into Cooperstown, it's hard to get in for a reason.
Yes.
Right? Like you're in the elite company in those who have played Major League Baseball. And so you're gonna get the nod over some people who are deserving, but they're not Hall of Famers.
I think the same guy, Phil Mushnick, like I don't think he writes so much anymore. Like he's not regularly, published. Wow. And I want to say that he wrote an article when Ricky Henderson passed saying that Ricky Henderson wasn't the greatest base stealer. And it's like, come on, bro. We know what you're going for. You're going for clicks. You're trying to get attention. Like, I can't take you seriously.
I remember that one,
trying to
too.
stir stuff up, man.
No doubt. All right. Hey, I want to put you on the spot. I know the season is about to start. Are you going to tell me anybody other than the Dodgers are coming out of the National League for the World Series?
They're going to be a tough out, right? I know people don't like hearing that. They were a really good baseball team, right? And the two weaknesses that they had, corner outfield and a closer, they got both. They got two of the best guys on the market. You can make the argument they got the best closer and the best position player available this winter in Kyle Tucker and Edwin Diaz. Right. They're going to be really good. I think the one thing that is always the issue for the Dodgers when the rubber meets the road is, can they stay healthy enough to get themselves through the end of October? That's the big thing, because you're a Shohei injury, a Blake Snell injury, a Mookie Betts injury away from saying, okay, we really have some problems. So I think they have created a lot of depth, especially in that rotation where you don't need 5 guys to make 30 starts. You can probably have 6 or 7 guys make 15 to 20 starts and be okay. But it's trying to make sure you have the healthiest rotation you can in October, which they did last year, and that's how they end up winning the World Series.
All right, his name is Russell Dorsey. Check him out, MLB Network analyst and insider, my man. We appreciate you. Thanks for the knowledge, my brother. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
No doubt. All right, last calls coming up here on The Odd Couple. If you want to get in and be the last caller, you might want to talk about Lou Holtz. You might want to rip us. Bring it! You know what you need to do, though.
What's that, Rob?
Stick and stay.
To find out just how many types of glizzy Rob Parker has had in the US of A.
And then my favorite one was, if I go back earlier in the chat when we mentioned on air, which is true, which is not slanderous whatsoever.
What did we say?
That Rob only likes black people and Jewish people.
Yeah, what'd they say?
They mentioned, yes, Ben Maller is Jewish too.
Yep. What?
Yeah. And another one says he likes them all except Doug Gottlieb.
Oh. There's always an exception.
There's always an exception to every
Everybody's
rule.
got one.
No,
Everybody's
he likes practicing. Doug's
Is that
not
what
practicing.
it is? He's not practicing.
Good point. Touche.
Yeah.
I love all people. Now, you've known me for all these years, Alex.
Oh, that was too many L's in that all. I don't know about all people.
Alex?
Yes, Rob.
And that's usually what they say, isn't it, Alex? Well, no, I love this person. This they start naming. When you start naming off your friends.
I'm not naming off of friends, but I'm a people's person. I don't like it. Who do I not like is what I'm asking you. Have you ever met some? What do you
I
like
could
me to
name
name
like
them?
5 people
Go ahead.
that we all know.
Let me hear. I want to hear the name.
No,
Doug
just say the
Gottlieb?
name. Yeah. He didn't even argue it.
No, I want to hear the whole list.
You want me to name people that just work here? We're going to get in trouble. I'll do it if you want me to.
I want you to do it.
Say it in our ears. Say it in our
A
ears.
weekend host that thinks he's funny, but maybe not funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Does he go by multiple names?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah. This is unbelievable.
Another weekend host that also does a daytime show in the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You don't like him?
I don't. What?
Former ESPN LA host.
I think it's the hair.
Who else? Basically anybody after this show.
Until Ben show?
Until Ben show.
Okay. That's a good window right there.
That's like 4 right there. I haven't even gotten to like the deep cuts.
That's true. And that's not to mention all the people who are dead to him.
Yes, that's another list.
I still don't know if I'm dead to him. He just has to tolerate me. Like, I guess I got to do a show. Yeah. I'm sure I'm dead to him.
I'm sure you've said something that really got under his claw.
I'm dead to him.
And he
He's
has like a list at home. And he's
Scott, HRU.
Kelvin Washington. We had a good run.
Scott, HRU. Is Kelvin's third year optional? Thank you. I'll take
just
the
curious.
answer off air.
Wait, is it optional for you or him?
Who said
Hey, Rob G, he ain't said no to none of these. That's
And,
the best
and if you
part.
notice, only one of them was Jewish. Rob loves Jewish
point.
people. Everybody,
There's a few other
Practicing.
people I don't know if
Practicing.
I grew up in New York. I love all people, and I do.
Well,
you know what? From a spiritual standpoint that we should all love people, I believe you.
By the
Do
way,
you like them? No.
The YouTubians weighing in on here's a list of people Rob don't like.
Who else?
Rick Barry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marcellus Wiley.
What?
LeVar Aaron. I think you like LeVar. I think
LeVar,
that's
right?
not fair to say you don't like LeVar.
Who
Aaron.
said I didn't like LeVar?
Wait, back up one, though.
Wait a
You don't
minute,
like
what?
Marcellus? I didn't know this.
No, I don't like his analysis.
Jason Whitlock.
Well,
He went to Columbia like I did, and he
Yeah.
went there 4 years. I only went 1 year.
where
he's
is
an
it? It's on the
Ivy
back of that.
leaguer.
Hold, turn around. Let me see. It's on the back of that.
Don't say that.
Okay. Who else?
Rob's going to get it listed like it's the all-league stuff for Varsity Jack. It's going to be every college you
Columbia,
went to.
this one, USC.
I'm just having fun with y'all because I love everybody at the station.
Right.
Odd
all the
Mob, if
people
you
I
think
work
of
with.
more people Rob doesn't like, please put it in the chat.
Matthew
We'll read it later in the
Stafford.
show. You don't like Matthew Stafford?
What I
Rob
like?
Marinelli.
Don't like him?
Tom Izzo.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, God.
Who else? We on
LeBron
fire
James.
right now. LeBron James.
Bronny James.
Shohei Ohtani. We on fire.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick.
All of them.
We don't have enough time to list
Yeah,
everybody.
we
do
on
we?
fire right now.
It's harder to find
Who
people
else
you do
is that
like.
to? Who else
There's like
is that?
5 people, and then that'd be the end of the list.
And you know Jay-Z's line, it was all good just a week ago.
Yep.
It was all good just a week ago. Now Phillip Rivers is on
Don't
the
like
list.
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is minding his own business, mowing the lawn
Did
and coaching.
you see what I said out today?
What you said? I know, honey.
Bob, you saw it.
I
right?
did.
now you don't like healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, this is Rob. I can defend you. This is your favorite song. This is how I know you love everybody. Rob loves this one.
We are the chill.
By the way, the good
Tell him, Rob.
documentary about it. If you, the We Are the World doc was lit.
Tell him, Rob.
Absolutely. You
Yes,
guys
sir.
are mad that I'm trying to unite people and I can move within all kinds of circles.
You know,
I could go in the Hispanic circle.
Oh, they definitely
I could
kick
go
you
in
out.
Mexican. I could go into the kosher circle, you know.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I can hang out with the bros. Yo, what up, bro?
We know that because one thing Rob gonna do, he gonna bro everything. You go MLB, bro. You go Fox, bro. You go haircut, bro. Barbershop, bro.
Don't forget you did the voice work for.
They was supposed to tell people that.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Rob, see that man called me. I ain't hear from him in 10 years. That man ain't called me in 10 years. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, I need you to.
HRU.
Hey, HRU. I was like, oh, man, Rob, do you think he texted the wrong person? What's up? Hey, man, you have such a wonderful velvety voice. Can you voice this for me?
It's a worship
Can I say what it was?
Wednesday here on The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson making his national radio debut here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. That's why we're going to be thankful. Here we go. Let it breathe. You got
No
a tissue
doubt.
for me? For over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And you know what? It is now time for Last Call.
This is the last call.
All right, last call. Sean in Sacramento.
Yo.
You are the last call here on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Sean?
Yo, my uncle from another mother, Cuz O'Keefe, and my brothers behind the boy. Alex, man, you sounded good back behind there, baby.
Hey, you stop it.
Hey, man, look, real talk, though, man. To that last caller, The reason why Unc and Keith go on here and don't just spit it on one side is because of guys like me. When I think of Lou Holtz, I think of like a football Dick Vitale, a fun-loving guy with a funny lisp. I had no idea he was on that other side of the fence, man. For me, a person of color, a person born to immigrants, to be celebrating a guy's death who possibly could give two Fs about me, you know what I mean? I need all the information. It's called journalism.
Thank you.
Don't listen to the radio just hearing what you want to hear. Get it mad because people are spilling the whole thing out there. Listen to what Unc and Keith are saying, digest it, and maybe you should change your own opinion before you start ragging on everybody else. And to be mad and saying, don't put conservatism inside the same boat as racism. This is Worship Wednesday. The ex-host was one of the biggest conservatives
Thank
ever,
you.
man. You do your homework. And besides all that, the other host is a Jewish guy. Of course he's conservative, man. You got to do your homework on the Odd Couple, baby. Unc and Keith, man, what a bang-up show. Keith, what a pimp debut, man. Y'all keep it up. Can't wait for tomorrow, brothers.
Thank you, my man, Sean. We appreciate that. Man, I know. Keith was like, I don't get these kind of calls in New York. Were you getting these kind of crazy calls? My goodness gracious.
Hey, he cussed.
It's all right.
I didn't think we could cuss on here. He cussed on air. He was going in. He was big mad.
Well, it ain't get on the air for us. You know, we're trying to keep our
Dump
license.
button.
Exactly.
Dump button.
All that. Last thing we wanted to we don't have time to get there. Anyway.
Oh, come on, Rob.
No, we're not going to do that. But Keith, we appreciate you coming through, filling in for Kelvin Washington. Again, Keith will be back for show number 2 tomorrow. I know it's going to be totally different because now you got the feel for it, right? It was so different from what you're used to.
Yeah, it's different. We'll run it back. Room for improvement. Shout out to everybody in the chat that we're showing love. People watch the whole 3 hours, and I'm excited for tomorrow, man, because after you do that first one, you get those first reps, you're ready. You're ready to go. I'll be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right?
No doubt. Keith McPherson, great job, man. Appreciate you. And the Odd Couple will return tomorrow. The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?